Pro Boxing Media, the Fighters Channel, the Trainers Channel, and the Paper Channel. Excuse me, I just almost knocked down everything. But right here we have Joey Borrero. Man, what's going on? You're 11-1 with 9 KOs. You're also, Felix Trinidad's nephew. You've been in the ring with a whole bunch of people. You got a fight coming up. How about we just say how you even got into boxing, and welcome on the show as well.
Thank you for having me on. It's great to be here. I heard a lot about the show, a lot about you. But yeah, what got me started into boxing, of course, was my grandpa. When I was 6 years old, I was getting into a lot of fights in school, and he finally said, "You know what? It's time to learn how to actually fight." So I was like, you know what? Okay. Took me at 6 years old, never had no experience, put me with one of the top level fighters in Puerto Rico at the time. I was one of the national champions, a 6 year old little Pee Wee champions, and like dude was beating me up for like 3 rounds. Fourth round, something just turned in me, and I just started getting the best out of the kid. And from there it was the rest is history. I watched my uncle training in training camp since I was little, and ever since that Vargas fight, the Fernando Vargas fight, I remember that I used to look at it and I was like, you know what? I'm like, that's what I want to do. That's what I want to be. When he would come home, they would do the whole Puerto Rico would have a caravana where everybody would go to the airport and they would receive him, you know what I mean? And that's what I wanted. I say, you know what, I want to bring that to Puerto Rico. And now being a professional boxer and being able to get to this level, now I'm looking at it and I'm like, man, you know what? I want to bring back that excitement back to Puerto Rico, where they can be proud about their fighters. They can be proud to wave their flag around once again.
I like it, man. Obviously, I went to the Subriel Matias. I got to meet, your grandfather as well. But we'll get into that in a few. Let's talk about, your amateur background, and when was the conversation when you had with your grandfather that you said, I want to pursue this, and what did he say to you back?
So I was about 7 years old, and I told him, I was like, I want to do this. I love this. I where can I fight? At that time, I still didn't have no amateur fights. So he said, okay. He's like, if you're serious about this, it's like, just know there's no going back. Once you start, you're not gonna want to quit. And I was like, oh, you know what? Everybody says that, but he was right, man. It's like a drug. Once I got started, I didn't want to leave it. It was something that I loved that was in me, and it's something that I will never go back. I will never forget. And boxing has changed my life. Has taken me all over the world. My amateur background. I was 51. I did 51 fights. I had 6 losses. As an amateur, so 45 were wins. 6 of them were losses. And I go and big boy pants up and start making some money and get into the bigger league. So, that's what pushed me into turning as a professional.
So, how about what are some of the, hold on, man. It says Mill City Salute fam. We can't hear. Who you can't hear? Can you not hear both of us? Are you on the Wi-Fi?
No, I'm on regular connection data.
Do I think there it go. So we good? Let me know in the comment section as well. Make sure you guys go out your way, smash the like button to improve the visibility of the show. Um, I got my friend here, Joey Borrero, Felix Trinidad's nephew, also professional fighter with 11 wins and one loss with 9 KOs. I mean, he's had over, you said 52 fights as an amateur?
51,
50?
51 as amateur.
51. So, all right, yeah, people saying we're good, we're good connection. All right, cool. So, let's proceed on that amateur career. Any notable names that we would might know that you faced?
I mean, I didn't get to face him. I was supposed to fight Tiger Johnson. I was supposed to fight like some of the up and coming fighters like Keyshawn, all them, Freddie Rojas. Midway, how do you call it, the semifinals or quarterfinals, then they would eliminate me or try to give the other fight to the other guy, and I never got to fight those big names. Or when they were on the same bracket and I was supposed to fight them, what they would do is they would basically pull a fast one, give them a bye, and pull me out. And it's part of the sport. That's when I realized I was like the amateur boxing here in the United States. It's not what it used to be. That's why we see also a lot of the fighters that are going pro now because it doesn't hold the same value back when you had an Oscar De La Hoya that won a gold medal, or you had like a Roy Jones, or when those fighters it made sense for them to go to the Olympics.
Right, right, right. So, how about this? So, you competed for what, California in the United States,
I
or for
represented
Puerto
Las
Rico?
Vegas. Las Vegas.
Oh,
I
okay.
represented Las Vegas. I'm out of here, out of the states. I left the island of Puerto Rico when I was 15 years old. And then I started taking boxing serious in the U.S. Started becoming like nationally ranked. Started putting more effort into it, and that's where all the memories, from when I was little, that they came back into that. They came back into me actually wanting it to pursue it. I was passionate about.
Now, talk to me about this. The amateur. How are the amateurs in Puerto Rico? Like, we don't hear about the amateur system in Puerto Rico whatsoever. You said in yourself you didn't want to take it serious until you basically what, went to Vegas.
Yeah.
Can
So
you speak a little bit about that to educate the people about Puerto Rican boxing when it comes to the amateurs?
saludo, saludo. One of the things is that I really understand from amateur boxing. When you look at the perspective in Puerto Rico, they don't have an organized body. Now they're starting to get a little bit more organized because they got AIBA. When I was growing up, it wasn't AIBA. We would just basically fight whoever and whenever. They would tell us, "Oh, dude only got 10 fights." Little do we know, dude got like 115. And then you're telling them you're open, but you only got like 5 fights. So it wasn't. Over there we used to fight every weekend compared to here in the states. You gotta wait sometimes, like once or twice every month. And we got USA Boxing, which really monopolizes boxing in my perspective. No disrespect to none of the officials or none of those guys, but as a body itself, they just try to take over and take control too much of the amateur boxing. I've seen fighters, man, that had potential to become Olympic fighters, greater fighters, but they end up quitting or they end up getting out of boxing because of the political that they have in the amateur boxing here.
I had to go and get a job, but thank you for that because that's exactly what I thought. But But even vice versa, I mean, I've seen people from Puerto Rico come to the United States and say that they only have two fights, and they actually got like probably 40. You know what I'm saying? And they look like pros. They look like pros as amateurs. To be honest, like I've been there. Oh shoot!
You get that a lot, especially when that's the advantage when you work with like IVA and things like that. The record book here in the United States doesn't affect the record book of your past fights because they don't really count them. So when you come from AIBA to USA Boxing, you're basically in a novice division, beating everybody up, looking like a pro, when you really should be like in these elite level amateur fighters.
Absolutely, 100%. So, see lots of pictures. Obviously, you've been in the ring with Tank. Tank's obviously had a great fight this Saturday as well. Um, and then obviously your boy Matias, our boy Matias, he took a loss from Liam Paro, so I definitely want to touch up on that. But before we get to that, shout out your fight date as well.
Oh, so everybody that's tuning in, July 19th, en el Mario Quijotes en Puerto Rico, the Coliseum, we're going to be fighting. Vamos a tener una gran pelea, mi gente, no se la pierdan. Si están en Puerto Rico, donde quieran que estén, va a estar live por pay-per-view. It's going to be live on pay-per-view. You guys can look more into it into my Instagram at Boxing Joey. You guys updated.
Good, good. So now we talk about some of the guys that you've been able to share the ring with inside the gym, inside for sparring. What are those names?
Man, Devin Haney, Jordanis Ugas, Rances Bartholomew, Gamboa, I already said Devin Haney, Tank Davis, uh, Mario Barrios. I mean, a lot of different fighters. Luis Arias was another one. It's been a lot of top level fighters. Alberto Puello, Hector Luis Garcia, you name them, man. With it, as long as they've been in Salas's gym or they were in Vegas, there's a 90% chance that we sparred.
Yeah, I also seen you doing mitts with Coach Bullock in the Mayweather gym as well.
Yes, sir. Rolando
Who's
Romero
your
was
coach?
another one of my sparring partners.
Wow. So, all right, we got a lot to talk about here. All right. So when when you sparred Rolly, and when you sparred Barrios and Tank, like, did you spar them before they fought?
So yeah, so it's funny because yeah, I did a podcast and I even talked about this. I talked about Rolando and the same thing I called for Rolando for the Tank Davis fight. Same, it wasn't like the same like same way, but it was the same outcome because I predicted the outcome for both fights of Rolando with Pitbull Cruz and then with Tank Davis. With Tank Davis, I knew that power shot was gonna come. He was gonna set him up for a counter. I've only sparred it. I can only say I sparred all these world champions, Jorge Linares, all of them, and I've only been dropped by one of them. Okay, and that was Tank Davis. Tank Davis, explosive power. I tried testing it. By the fourth round, through an overhand right, bro. I was not expecting it. I kissed the canvas. I was like, oh, damn, what the heck? I got back up, but I didn't realize. I was like, oh, dang, he caught me with it, and that's what dropped me. You know what I mean? Me and Rolando, we used to go to war toe to toe. And me and Rolando, there was a couple times where I hurt him or he would stun me, but it wasn't like, oh, he has the power to drop me. But for Tank, with the moment he dropped me and I heard they were gonna fight, I was like, man, Rolando, you're not explosive enough. You're not enough of a fighter to fight that caliber of fighter right now. It's too soon for you. Rolando has power, don't get me wrong, but he didn't have the type of power that Tank has. Rolando has an unexpected, surprising power. And Tank just has an explosiveness to him, man, that it digs into you, bro. Like it takes a part of you when he lands it. You know, you could see it also in the fight he just had against Frank. You could see Frank was doing good moving boxing, but once those little power shots started landing, started picking, taking away a little bit of gas from Frank Martin's tank. And then next thing you know, bro, Frank was gone with that overhand left. He just dropped down, bro. I knew it was coming.
So, like, did you know that? Did you see like Frank in the gym? Because he was in the Mayweather gym as training there as well. Did you ever see him work?
So I've seen Frank. I don't like talk to her. Like I wasn't like, oh, what's up? But like talking to him or sparring with him, nothing like that. You know, it was more like, oh, okay, he's training. I'm gonna train. I mind my own business. He minds his own business, type of thing.
You seen that? You seen that display of him KOing him around that round?
I called around the sixth. I called around the sixth round. I didn't think it was gonna go to the eighth. That's what surprised me that he lasted that long. But
Do you think he
definitely,
carried him?
I don't think he carried him. I think Tank just let him get tired and set him up with what he wanted. Because this is one thing from sparring Tank and hearing Coach Cal. This is what people don't understand literally when you hear a boxer and a fighter have the communication that Coach Calvin and Tank have, you'd be amazed because Coach Cal, the way he talks to Tank and the way Tank executes what Coach Cal asked for, it's like Tank Davis has a
Elaborate.
exactly like, for example, like Coach Cal will tell him, hey, don't throw that jab, wait for him to throw his, then throw your right. And Tank will exactly do that. He won't throw the jab. He'll wait till you throw, then he'll counter with the right. You know, but it's almost like you have a player playing with a machine. Like it's like you're playing Undisputed on your PlayStation 5, bro. Like literally, as soon as he moves that joystick or he asks for that, Tank does it. You know, there's no pause in between of what he's asking for. Tank, I'll give him that. He's able to listen to it and he's able to execute it. He has a terrific boxing IQ, you know, and that's what people don't give him credit. Tank is not as good of an inside fighter, has a way better boxing than what people think. But as far as inside fighting, he's not really that he has power and he can fight on the inside, but he's not as developed as his boxing ability.
Mm, mm. So, initial reactions on the fight, for Frank and Tank, what are they? Do you think he sent a
Man,
message to the division? Do you think? Do you think it's like? Do you think anybody wants to fight him now? Like, what you think? And if they do want to fight him, do you think it's just for the check, or do you think they could beat him?
man, right now in that division, the only person that I see giving Tank problems is Shakur Stevenson, in my opinion. Um, I definitely see Shakur giving him problems just because I know Shakur personally. I've seen him in training camps. Shakur has a great boxing IQ. The thing is, how long can Shakur stay away from that power hand or without getting dragged into a counter shot like Rolando did? You know, that's what's gonna determine the outcome of the fight. Either Tank's gonna KO Shakur or Shakur's gonna win by points. I don't see Shakur dropping Tank. That's for sure. But if anybody's gonna give Tank problems, it's Shakur Stevenson.
Mm. So let now you talked to us about your experience with Tank, but you kind of just jumped right into it. Can we go back into it a little bit more? Like, let me ask
Yeah.
questions upon it. So,
Mhm.
this was where? Where was this the sparring in
This
Silas
is
or was it in
Floyd Mayweather's gym. Floyd Mayweather's gym.
Okay. How many rounds are you going in there with Tank? And what are you
Uh,
preparing him for camp, or is it like just a random
so
sparring?
I, so the funny thing is, I was helping him get ready for Mario Barrios. I was supposed to do six. I ended up only doing four. You know, there with him. You know, as a fighter right now, I'm not gonna sit here and say, "Oh, I'm ready for Tank." Like, let's be realistic, bro. You know what I mean? Like, as I stand right now, I need to develop my ability more. I'm not afraid. If they offered me the fight, of course I would take it. You know what I mean? Because I'm not afraid. I can rise to the occasion if it comes to it. But being realistic, do I have the ability? Do I have? Yeah. You know, it's a big name. It's a be a good payday. You know what I mean? I'm not looking for it like as a payday. You know, more like to see where my skills are compared to what I were last time. You know what I mean? It's different. A sparring session is definitely different from a fight. But definitely that the pay advantage comes with it. It does. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna sit here and say enough or it's not gonna be luxurious. It is. You know, but it's definitely something that if it came, I would take it. But as far as I stand right now, my skills, my abilities as a fighter wouldn't be enough right now to give Tank the fight. I probably last 8, maybe 9, and probably get dropped by him eventually over with an overhand right. Doesn't mean I'm not working for it. I'm not working to become the best. But I don't have in that division. I don't have my eyes set on Tank. If I have anybody in 135, I want them to come up to 35. Is Navarrete.
Navarrete. I like Navarrete in Puerto Rico. So, Coliseum, that's big. When your next fight.
Yes, sir.
So, like, who's the main event? Is this gonna be a packed house?
Yeah, it's gonna be a packed house. I think the Coliseum can fit about 12,000 people. You have Tanquil. He fought in that last Subriel Matias fight. He's gonna be fighting on that card too. Got a couple of fighters that fought in that card that are gonna be on that card too. You know what I mean? It's more of a
Who else?
local
Who
show
else?
for like big local names that are gonna come in
Who
there
else?
and
Who
fight.
else? Who else on the card is fighting on that? You
I
said Yankiel.
believe I think Wilito is also gonna be on there. And then you got oh man, I forgot the other. There's three more fighters, and then you got me. So the main event is Jankiel, of course. I'll either follow under the co-main or before the co-main. So I'm just waiting for the promoter basically to send me all the info. You know what I mean? All the other fighters are kind of like local fighters that people know, but are not really like known, like big known in the stage. But yeah,
Who's covering the event? Like, I
Universal
mean, like, as
Promotion.
far as like who?
Universal Promotions is gonna be doing the event over there.
Universal Promotions. Okay. Okay. So now you also said that you sparred. Now what's the looks that he's giving you? Tank. What's he giving you round one, two? Obviously the droppage. Now, did you fought it down when you dropped, and the fourth? Did you continue, or did your coach say that that's enough? We had enough. We're
So
good.
my coach, that was the thing. I wanted to continue my coach because I wasn't like I was hurt, like oh that I can't continue. But my coach was just like, you know what, I'm gonna take care of you. Like I'm gonna pull you out, which hurt my pride a little bit, but sometimes you gotta understand, I was like, I understood where he was coming from. I was doing good. First 3 rounds, I was putting pressure, putting pressure, putting pressure. And Tank got a little bit frustrated, couldn't really figure me out. Fourth round came, and my mistake was instead of putting that pressure and keep fighting with pressure, I stepped back and I started trying to box him. And that's when he landed that overhand right, and that's when I found out Tank is a better boxer than he is an inside fighter. Because when I was on the inside throwing, I was giving him problems. Even Kyle was telling me, hey, like, he was telling Tank, you need to, he's coming with it. He's coming in serious. You need to turn it up. Fourth round came. Tank didn't even let me get out the corner. Tank was already before the round ring. He was already on my corner, and started trying to fight me. Then I started backing up, trying to box him, and he got me exactly where I wanted him. That overhand right, bro, countered me, dropped me. That's when my coach said, you know what, we're good. You know what I mean? I took a rest, and I went in there with another one of his teammates, and that was to the ring. What type of abilities he brings to the ring.
Hmm. Yeah, I agree, Ralphie. Great interview so far. So far, so good. It's definitely a great interview. You're so real and authentic. You know what I mean? I appreciate you for coming on. Um, Now, you said you spar Barrios.
Uh-huh.
Did you spar him before they fought?
Yes.
Both of them,
So I
right?
sparred
Like you said.
Barrios when I was younger. I was like 17 in Ismael Salas's gym when he was training with Salas. Barrios, we used to spar me, used to spar Rolando, because Rolando also was trained by Ismael Salas when we were younger. Me
But
and
didn't he have like a
actually,
crazy? He had a crazy growth spurt, correct? If I'm not wrong, like mad
yeah,
late.
yeah.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
So
Continue.
So me and Rolando used to pretty much go to war when we were Salas. Then Mario came into the picture. Then it was like us three were all always sparring each other, working with each other. Mario's at that time was getting dominated by Rolando in sparring. Me and Rolando would dominate Mario at the time because Mario wasn't that loose of a fighter. Didn't have that much boxing ability. Would stay in the middle. Would keep his head in the middle. You know, Now he's improved a little bit as far as movement. When he throws, he knows when to move, knows how to stay away. Before then, at the time, he didn't have that type of movement. He wasn't that experienced, So he's definitely grown a bit in his career over the years. You could see the progress in his boxing ability. So has Rolando. Rolando has always had that awkward style, though. That awkward style where you don't know what the heck he's gonna throw. You're just depending on your ability to react to whatever he throws. You know what I mean?
Mm,
Because Rolando, he breaks what's called a technical boxer. He's so unpredictable
yeah,
at all.
he's
That's what makes Rolando good.
unorthodox. Absolutely, absolutely. Um,
Exactly.
now, when you went in the ring and he first give you that, yeah, like, what were you thinking? Like, you know how he punches and he goes, yeah,
So
yeah.
he
Well,
goes yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Do you feel like he gonna bite
no,
you? Do you feel like
no,
he gonna bite you?
no. Rolando is somebody that to this day, I know that if we would fight, I could definitely beat Rolando Romero. I take nothing away from him. He's the things he's been through, the us growing up together, us sparring, us knowing each other. He knows what I bring to the table. I know what he brings to the table. I know I can definitely be Rolando. I got what it takes. You know, it's just one of those things, those fights where I know I have to build myself up to bring the money to the table that would interest his promoter at the time to say, okay, let's make this fight happen. You know what I mean? At
Hmm.
the end of the day, it's all about the money. If the money's right, they're gonna make the big fights happen. That's what's going on a lot of the times.
So you seen the knockout happening before they fought when it came down to Barrios and Tank.
Yes. Yeah, I saw
Mm,
I saw the knockout happening with Barrios and Tank for sure. I just didn't think he was gonna be that late into it, like it was gonna take him that long. I thought he would figure him out by the fourth, fifth round. He was already gonna figure him out maybe earlier. You know what I mean? But Mario's came in and showed that his ability of boxing went up incredibly. You know what I mean? The way he moves,
yeah,
his lateral movements, his jab, the way that he works his distance now, it's a lot better.
yeah, I agree. Um, so now you also sparred Devin Haney. When was that?
So Devin Haney, I was 16 years old. We sparred multiple times. I was first time we did was 16, then I was 19. Right before turning pro. That's my last time I sparred Devin. Two times at the Bones Adams gym, once in his local gym. At one point, him and Bill Haney had a gym where they would go over there. That's what they would do it. I sparred him there once, and then I had two sparring sessions with Devin in Bones Adams gym. Then from there we didn't spar again. One thing I will tell you is Devin can't handle pressure. He always struggles with fighters that come forward. And one thing about Devin, he don't like body work. He don't like body work. I also did an interview with Punchlines when they were doing a podcast at the time. We were talking about that Linares Devin Haney fight. And I called everything that was gonna happen in the fight as far as Devin matching their abilities and what they had, but I knew that if Linares would have turned it up earlier in the fight, instead of waiting so long, that he could have caught Devin with something and won the fight. But at the time, Linares is already on his way out. He was just looking to finish his career, make his money, and go out as a fighter and as a person. He taught me that humbleness is real big. Other than my uncle, he's the second most humble fighter that I've met in my life. There's only three fighters that I could put up there. One Ivan Calderon, two and three Felix Trinidad.
Mm. So how does how do you when what else does Devin do good in the ring?
Devin has a crazy boxing IQ, man. Devin has a phenomenal boxing IQ. Once he figures you out, I was getting the best of Devin. All on those sparring sessions, I would always get like from the first to the fifth round, I would get the best of Devin. Then from the fifth to the 10th, I wasn't touching Devin. I was, I would maybe land a jab here and then, but other than that, I wasn't really touching him because once he gets into gear, he figures you out. You're gonna have a hard time touching Devin just of the way he moves, and he's able to switch to southpaw too. You know what I mean? From orthodox to southpaw, people don't know that he's able to make that switch. So that's one thing that I give him props for, and I believe he grabbed that from Zab Judah when Zab Judah would give him a lot of advice. But Devin is also able to do that and switch angles, switch stance, So he's a great fighter, man. I can't take nothing away from what he's accomplished in his career.
Interesting. That's very interesting. Because you know I'm a I used to fight myself too, and it's like you know you could mess around switching stance, right? Depending on who's in front of you, right? I never seen Devin do that in a professional fight on TV. So I would. Do you think that we'll ever see that? You think we'll ever see him switch and do that?
I feel like after this, I believe that after this Ryan Garcia fight that he lost, I would definitely see him bringing out that secret weapon now, in his camp, in his training. I would definitely see him bringing out that tool because it's a tool he hasn't used yet. He's used it in sparring and he's good. But I haven't seen him like you said in a professional fight do it. I believe I believe that that's a tool that Bill is going to implement now towards him because it's something that we've never seen before. It's something that people aren't used to. So he's definitely gonna bring that out of him. I believe for him to come out. But another thing, what I'm worried about is if Devin's gonna come back the same Devin. Because a lot of fighters, once you get that moment in their head, it's like PTSD. And they're like, oh man, am I gonna get dropped? Am I gonna do this? Am I gonna do that? They won't do it the same. They won't fight the same. So I believe that Devin should still take a little bit more time off, regroup himself, and then come back. come back a stronger version of him, find himself. Because right now that wasn't an easy loss, or that wasn't something easy to take. Type of level in that type of situation, in that stage, is gonna take a lot more out of you.
Mm, I hear you on that. So, do you feel like Devin has a higher IQ than Tank Davis?
Yes, I would give Devin a higher boxing IQ than Tank Davis. Tank has a pretty high Tank is on the top three. So the way I have him is Shakur is number one, Devin's number two, and Tank's number three.
Mm. Um. Now, if you see them fighting with 12-ounce gloves, who would you put your money on?
12-ounce gloves. I mean, they're fighting at 135 or 140. They're fighting with 8-ounce. But if we're gonna put my money on them, bro, like
That's
out
why
of
I
all
said. That's
three
why
of
I
them
said
in the
12.
division,
That's why I said 12 only.
yeah,
I would just say 12, just 12, not even
okay.
8. Don't even just 12.
I still think, bro, like power wise, Tank has the number one spot power wise. But IQ wise, boxing wise, Shakur would have the advantage. So it would be between Tank and Shakur, bro. To be honest, I wouldn't even put Devin, in a close IQ match with Shakur. Even though Devin has a good IQ in boxing, I don't think he has what it takes to outsmart Shakur Stevenson. You Ward, the way Andre Ward talks about Shakur Stevenson, the way Bud Crawford talks about Shakur Stevenson and his boxing IQ. You're talking about fighters that have seen Devin, have been around Devin also, but instead of expressing themselves that way about those fighters, they express themselves better about Shakur as a boxer. So that in itself has to give you an idea of the amount of boxing IQ that Shakur has.
So, who would you put your money on? Because you sparred both Haney and Tank Davis. All right. Who would you put your money on with
Tank.
8-ounce gloves? Tank?
And between both of them, Tank.
Mm.
Not like people are getting carried away with what's going on with that footage of the sparring session, all that. Sparring's not the same as a fight. Your speed of sparring is not gonna be the same. Devin doesn't have the power to hurt Tank. Okay, Devin
Mm.
does not have the power to hurt Tank. We're talking about Mario Barrios has a stronger hand than Devin, and Mario Barrios wasn't able to hurt Tank, and he was landing clean shots. So Devin's not gonna be able to hurt Tank, and it's only gonna be a matter of time till Tank lands that one power shot that's gonna take out, Devin. Cause like I said, bro, if you watch the type of power that Tank has, you could compare it to that Deontay Wilder power. Deontay Wilder has that one shot quitter punch. Same thing,
Yeah,
bro.
the
Tank
sleep.
has that one
Tanquil.
shot quitter punch.
Yeah, he got that sleepy, the sleepy time for sure.
Yes, sir.
Um, that's that's for sure, for sure. Um, so when you looked at that sparring, what you get out of it?
I mean, you just people are getting away with the hype. You also got to remember the pressure that was in the gym. It was the dog house. So we don't even know how many rounds before that Tank did before sparring Devin. You know what I mean? Like that's what happens in the doghouse. When you go to Mayweather's gym, you're not just going over there one person. You spar one person until that person quits. Then you're on to the next and like that until you're done there, until you can't go anymore. Or if you make everybody else quit and then nobody else wants to spar, you done. But so that's the thing
King
that
of the
people gotta
gym.
look at. Huh?
It's a king of the gym. It's like king of the court in basketball
Exactly. It's
type of
like
thing.
king of the court in basketball, but in the king of the ring. So that's what people gotta look at. How many rounds did Tank do before that Devon spar? You know what I mean? And you're talking about like Devin looked fresh. You know, you look at Tank. Tank was holding his hands, his guard. You know, and just looking for the shot. You know, he was getting some stuff landed on him. I'm not gonna take that away from Devin because Devin did do some nice combos, some nice movement. You know what I mean? And that was pretty much, you know, what people built the hype on. You know, and you can't build a hype around a sparring, bro. You gotta see the actual fight. You know, it's different, bro. You know, you've been in the ring yourself, bro. Like you've had outface maybe against somebody when you were sparring him, but then you fought him in an amateur event, you whooped the brakes out of him. You're like, oh damn, this dude didn't have what I thought he had. Or he didn't show what he showed to
Hmm.
me in the sparring. It's the same way, bro. It's in the same way you got to look at a sparring in a professional fight. No headgear, bro. It's different. Power and accuracy are king in a professional fight.
At the end of the day, we talking practice here, right? But let's talk about, you said that have you been in the doghouse as well, like yourself
Yeah.
personally?
Yes.
What does it's your uncle or your grandfather, Tito, Trinidad?
So my uncle's Felix Trinidad. My uncle is my grandfather. His dad.
Okay. So, what does your uncle think about the doghouse rules?
He tells me, he's like, why the heck are you going and doing that, bro? Like he's like, you ain't got nothing to prove. He's like, yeah, you're getting good sparring. But he's like, at the end of the day, longevity wise as a boxer for your career, it's not good. Because you're taking too much punishment. You're tiring your body out and then going in with somebody real fresh. You know, it's not like, okay, you're gonna give him 4 rounds, then you're gonna give the other guy 4 rounds. No, it's more like, okay, that dude only lasted 2 rounds. Where's the next one until everybody stops? So sometimes you're doing 20, 26 rounds, you know, when you're only fighting 12 rounds. You know what I mean? And even as an early on professional fighter, you start fighting fours, then six, eights, and so on and so on. You know, so he tells me, he's like, it's unnecessary to do that. Now I listen a lot to the advice he gives me. You know, for a while I was managing, promoting, doing everything myself, and he was the one. I didn't even want to use his name for a while in my career. I decided to base my name on myself. I didn't even want to use his until I built my name and won my first title as an ABF champion. That's when he was like, you know what? Now use my name, build it, you know, open the doors that you couldn't open before. He's like, now use it to your advantage. He's like, before he wanted me to, but I just didn't want to out of pride. I didn't want to, you know, but I saw that nowadays that's what a lot of fighters are doing. They're using that. You know, at the end of the day, I know my uncle, he built his legacy, he made his name. I would never, it's a big, I'm not going to say never because there is a chance that I could fill in and become a champion multiple times like he is. But to build the status to become that great of a champion for Puerto Rico, that's only a once in a lifetime opportunity for one fighter. You know what I mean? So I would have to work my breaks off to get to that level. It's not impossible. Is it hard to attain? Yes. You know what I mean? And am I willing to go through the suffering? Yes.
So, we about to go and talk about this Subriel Matias fight. Want to get your thoughts? I'm on Instagram Live right now. If you want to go and jump right on, I'm on the Mill City Boxing page. I got two pages: one Mill City Boxing podcast and one Mill City Boxing. I'm on live right now. If you want to come and finish it over here, and we can get a show going on with all the other fighters.
Okay,
And
sounds good. Yes, sir. Sounds
All
good.
right,
All
I'm
right.
on live right now. Salute to everybody. Also, make sure you guys go out your way and subscribe to Joey Borrero's channel. We got over 115 people on the live. Make sure you guys go out, subscribe, and on his Instagram and everything that he got going on. Yeah, jump right onto the Instagram and we continue this conversation. Smash that like button.
Bendiga también.
Smash that like button. He'll still be here, bang bang. He's just going on Instagram.
All right. So do I just exit out the live stream here?
Yep, you
Okay.
exit up right here and then just jump on the IG. Salute, salute. And then this is another opportunity for people to go out, have your questions. Salute to all the people on the live as well. I'm gonna be, doing what we normally do, having a show. Salute to all my members. We got Claymore Rain in the building. Salute, salute. I'm gonna continue with the Joey Spencer. I mean, I said Joey Spencer. Joey Borrero. I don't know why I said Spencer. uh, but nevertheless, we're gonna get into this Matias fight. I see a lot of people talking. So that being said, hopefully you guys have some questions. And hopefully you guys, have the super chats ready to go. Cause I'm only answering my members. So salute to all my members. And we're gonna talk about it. All right, so Matias is your guy. He's my guy. What's your reactions on the fight?
Mira, papi, first of all, Subriel Matias, te quiero, papá. Tremenda pelea. No fue la noche de nosotros, pero levántate, que vas a ser campeón de nuevo. You know, my opinion in that fight, man. Subriel Matias, he should have put a little bit, let his hands go. You know what I mean? I believe there was a lot of pressure with my uncle being there, with him being back in his hometown, fighting in front of Puerto Rico. You know, it's a big stage. You know, and I definitely feel like Subriel is gonna come back, but Liam just was working the angles, was outboxing him. You know, I've heard this from plenty of champions from Puerto Rico. You know that they also threw Subriel. You know, Subriel, you gotta stop giving away the early rounds. Subriel has the bad habit of giving away 4 rounds in the start of the fight until he starts throwing. You know, and he's told them that he likes to feel people's power. Le gusta que lo castiguen. He likes to get punished a little bit so that he can get his things going. But as we see that played a big role in this fight. It was good, bro. But yeah, it played a big role in this fight. As a matter of fact, because I think that Subriel, if he would have turned it up earlier on into the fight, he would have definitely caused a lot more damage. Later on in the round, maybe even got the stoppage. But the fact that he waited those first 4 rounds to start throwing and start doing something, that's what put him really down on the scorecards.
Mm, mm. Um, my take was I feel like Liam Paro clinched around 6 times each round. He threw his punches and then he clinched. And when we seen the little time, and salute to Frank Martin and his fight with Tank Davis. I mean, he didn't do as much clinching, but I'll tell you one thing: when he did clinch, Harvey Dock was on it. We had this viejo of a referee that's time on the clinches, making them 30 seconds, 20 seconds long, not even rushing, and not the rush. Forget the rush. When do you plan on giving him a warning on that piece? You give him a warning on the headbutt. Obviously, he's doing it numerous of times. You don't want you, and then the warning for the pushing. Then you take the point away, which good, cool. But then give no excuses to Subriel because Subriel's not putting no excuses himself. But in the same time, right? In the same time, it's like, ¿qué tú rías? All right, so, all right. So, you want me to go and count and go on live and count how many times he did it per round? He didn't do a Devin Haney versus Cambosos. He didn't have 58 clinches in that fight. You know what I mean? Look. What do you mean, 58 clinches? That's the record, not Devin Haney. All right, I bet you, he got at least 40 clinches. I bet you he got that. How about you? How much you want to make a bet? He had the whole
long-time cooking of the ref who took a point away out of no necessity, in my opinion.
And no necessity.
Nah, bro.
You didn't see no headbutts? You didn't see no headbutts?
That wasn't why he took away the point.
You didn't see the pushes? He told them to stop. Why he pushed? Yeah. Why he pushed? Because he doesn't have an inside game?
You know where Matias lost this fight? Go listen to his bullshit ass interviews that he was giving out, how his stance is with his team and with his training. That says it all. Lo que le estaba diciendo, me dio vergüenza. I caught that on later on.
¿Dónde?
I was extremely disappointed.
What interview are you talking about? Yeah, that was my interview with Panda. That's fine. Yeah, he did in the press conference. He did.
Lo sabemos, pues sí, tú eres el gladiador. Yo lo respeto con toda esa fe. Estamos hablando de España porque me van a hablar. Pero, he's a gladiator, bro. We know that.
Listen, so you don't believe in A side. You don't believe in A side, B side, like judges. You don't believe in A side, B side referees. You don't believe in none of that stuff.
Oh, he lost the fight, bro.
Está bien, that's fine. That's fine. But if I'm gonna talk real, right? Talk real all the way. That's all I'm saying.
There was nothing about no A side, B side with them scoring cards, man.
I'm not talking about the scoring cards. I'm talking about the referee. Bro, he was like 78 years old. Almost 80. It don't matter. It's about the style judge. It's about what you do.
He's a Boricua, bro.
Oh yeah. He has to let his hands go regardless. Listen, he needs to let his hands go regardless. But I'm gonna let you know for a fact the referee was not in his favor. Just because he took 1 point, he took whoop-de-doo. Okay, I still got 11 more rounds. I got 11 more rounds. I knew he was gonna fight dirty.
Bro, mira, Matias proved what he always was and always is, bro.
¿Y qué eso?
Yo voy para adelante, sin el plan, eso es lo que me da los cojones. Yo te voy a matar. I drank too much of my Kool-Aid, thinking that I got this invincibility aura that people could beat the shit out of me.
Yo voy a Matias for the rematch. Yo voy a Matias for the rematch.
Pues está bien que vaya, ¿verdad?
Y yo pongo dinero también.
Está bien que ponga, pero no tiene nada que ver con eso, bro. Matias is a hard-headed motherfucker. He didn't listen to how he used to do.
That's true. That's true.
You cannot go into a fight being a damn punching bag to anyone. Not at this level. I don't care if the guy's rated number 20. You cannot be a fucking punching bag. Listen, the thing is, Matias gave away those 4 rounds. If Matias would at least given away the first round and then started boxing those other 3, he would have got the stoppers later on because Leon Paro was hurt when he started landing on the 10th and 11th round when Matias was landing their power shots. Leon was feeling them, but he decided to start too late. The amount of punches, the amount of boxing, what Leon was doing to Matias, it gave Matias a hard time because Matias has a hard time with boxers. Tell me you can find those angles. When Leon was in the angle, you would see Matias basically have to come almost at a 45-degree angle to come and start throwing at Leon because he wasn't able to be on there and keep up with those angles.
Bro, I'ma keep it funky. Hold on. HLD, hold on. Cause at least
Honestamente, yo le di a Matías 4 rounds de la pelea. Ya después de ahí, los otros.
And I'm not mad at that. If you had it 8-4, I'm not mad at that. You know what I'm saying? I had it 7-5, Liam. You know, I'm not mad at that. Okay, but
You had it 7-5.
yeah, I'm not.
That's fair, man.
I'm always, but HLD, you oh, my thing is what I'm trying to explain. What I want to explain is that that's not Matias. Matias, you gotta keep up with his punch count throughout the fight. He wasn't even matching the punch count. You understand? His
Look at the interview you did with Panda, Mil. George. Look at the interview that you did with Panda. Panda even said it. He said Matias wasn't listening. He was more focused on KOing him than actually outputting and increasing the volume. When Panda was telling him to go early onto the body, Matias wasn't going to the body and taking draining some juice out of Liam. He just wanted to go for that knockout power, and the fact that he had Ñengo Flow, Felix Trinidad, he had a house full of Puerto Ricans fighting in his hometown. All of that pressure he had on him, he just wasn't able to perform the way that he needed to just because he wanted to show out for his crowd.
We're saying that for him. The thing is, you got to listen to your corner, regardless of the damn fact.
Mm-hmm.
You got to listen to your corner, man.
Fact.
And I couldn't give him that one round in the first 6 rounds. I couldn't give him none, bro.
Nah.
How is he gonna win this fight?
Nah, not the first 6.
Bro,
That's crazy.
He did not win a round in the first 6 rounds.
Nah. That's a little too much.
Only when he picked it up in the second half was he trying to.
To be honest with you, I'm gonna be real with you. I know that I know you, Chacho. I don't know how you scoring it because to be honest with you, on the 4th I had it 2-2.
Let me tell you something, Papa. Let me tell you something, bro. It was the 12th round, bro, and I was like, come on, man. Mira, te lo digo que era por ti. Yo estaba, por favor, Matias, knock this motherfucker out. Man, and I was hit by B, bro.
No, yo entiendo.
I was disappointed in the performance, bro.
And I was too, bro. I was too, bro.
I did not expect this, bro. I wasn't expecting this, bro. And after hearing all the stuff coming out, no.
It made it worse. Yo entiendo. It made it worse. I understand. It didn't make it look better. I understand. Pero yo estoy hablando de. But listen, can I listen? Let's get into some boxing shit though. Let me be real why I believe and let's go into the rematch, right? Of why he should rematch him. Why he shouldn't go out and fight Regis Progress. Regis Progress fought in his hometown and was selling $20 tickets and he couldn't sell his spot out. Matias went to Manatí and sold that shit out, and those tickets, there was not one ticket that cost $20 in the building. Not one. Okay. Now, if he goes in and rematches Liam Paro in Australia, it should be a bigger fight. And I think, to be honest with you, what a hell of a story. But who else is gonna give Liam that big fight? You know, is Haney gonna go straight to it, or is that too much? You know what I mean? Should Haney fight Matias? Should Haney fight Matias? Now that I interviewed Eddie Hearn. He said what? He said Matias would be a bad fight for Haney. Look at all the Haney fans.
He's got to fight Sandor Martin. So you ain't gonna talk about the fights that are gonna be on the table realistically for next.
Yeah.
And Haney's not on that because he's got to fight Sandor Martin. The first bid is tomorrow. So who knows if he's postponed or whatever, but that's his next fight.
I see Paro going with Catterall. That's my opinion.
Well, I can see that too. I mean, my question is, why didn't Matias have a rematch clause on his shit?
And that's my mistake.
Yo, trust me.
I want to know. Isn't that the Eddie Hearn way? The champion always has a rematch clause.
Ahí está.
They let that shit slide. Vamos. Why did he let that shit slide?
And you know, Eddie ran for me on the airport. He knew. He was like, "Oh, Mill City just warming up." Huh?
Esto salió de la boca de Matías. Cuando él viene a decir, mira, si a mí me dicen escoger legacy over stability, man, I'm gonna always go with con el dinero, right? So I I see a whole bunch of, like, everything got fucked up. He should have fought Tio next instead of taking this shit. He should have got that.
¿Qué tío?
Probably would have been more focused. He had an opportunity to take the top dog in the fucking division, the highest selling belt at 140. And now he's got what?
Okay, he got. What do you mean? What he got? What? There's nothing wrong. I got a fan-friendly style.
They presented this fight to Devin. It was like, I mean, the way they presented this fight to Subriel was a golden platter. Fight back home in front of the home crowd, have a legend come out, and then have all these people that know me, all these big artists come out with me. They presented to him in a golden platter. Now, was it a smart move? I agree with you. It wasn't a smart move. He maybe should.
No estaba mal. Yo, when I'm over here, te está mirándolo. I see Paro go into the ring, go into the corner, and go on his knee and pray. And then when I see Matias freaking come in here, he put three songs, made Paro wait. And just like Panda said, we never said nothing. It is what it is. It is what it is. But I'm still gonna say what I say. You gotta work off the clinch, man. I don't care. You gotta fight off the clinch. His style is punches, bunches, and punches, right? Punches and bunches, right? And David Benavidez is a clear indication of what he does. He fights off that clinch, punches and bunches. If he hits you with an elbow, que se joda, it happened by mistake. But I tried to get him off, and that working off the clinch is something that I said on the press conference. Oh my God, the media was getting me annoying too. The zone, when they were passing the same questions, like, damn, you're not even answering. Might as well just give me the whole mic and just talk for like 5 minutes, man. People asking the same question.
I'm disappointed, bro. I'm not. And usted cree que yo tengo un de esos con. No, bro. I wanted that dude to win, bro. Pero que.
Obligado, pero tú estás hablando like if he just dropped his stock, like yeah, he dropped his stock, but you acting like people don't want to watch him fight.
Because the way he came, all that shit that you're saying, that I can't approve of that shit, bro.
Bro, I'll tell you right now. If I was Tio, I'll be like, yo, Deacon, fake an injury and fight Matias instead. Because nobody wanna see Claggett.
Bro, your man had the opportunity to fight.
No. Tú estoy hablando ahora. Yo estoy hablando de ahora. You see, now we talk about Tio, now you get in your feelings.
Stop, bro. You want Tio to leave the mountain for a dude that just got his ass whooped in his own town?
Don't you want Tio to sell tickets? Don't you want Tio to sell tickets? You don't want Tio to sell tickets? HLD, where's Tio's home?
Let's be real. If we're talking about Subriel Matias, he took a loss, but he didn't take a loss like, damn, this dude got the brakes beat off of him.
He act like he got Devin Haney. Like, he didn't get Devin Haney.
No, man. I'm putting, because where I'm coming from is everything I heard that came out of that man.
Está bien, but you're in your emotions, bro. You're in your emotions.
That's who he is. And so that's a problem. You said it, bro. What's this fucking 15 minutes of reggaeton, bro? Are you a fucking reggaetonero? Or are you going to fucking annihilate somebody?
Yo, pero HLD, you act like you don't, when you take a loss, you don't learn from it. ¿Qué te pasa, loco?
But we gotta call it as what it is, bro. That shit was fucked up.
You could.
That shit was fucked up.
Okay.
So he don't repeat this bullshit.
Okay. Hey, at any point in time were you entertained in the fight?
I was pissed off.
Yo, were you entertained at all in the last fight at all?
I wasn't entertained because I didn't see the guy that was supposed to be fighting, bro.
Ah, Chopo.
I wasn't entertained. I was more like worried. I'm not even gonna lie.
You ain't go all out.
Bro. If he doesn't pick it up, he's gonna lose.
Claro.
So I started getting that feeling. I wasn't like, oh damn, this is a good fight. You know, because when you're watching people in your hometown and you're there, you're like, man, this is my guy. Like this is the guy I'm rooting for. I want him to win. And when you see him lose the fight, bro, you're gonna get worried. You're like, oh damn, like is he gonna be able to pull it off? You know, I felt like bro just said like, damn, Matias needs to drop him. He needs to drop him. You know, at the end of the day, bro, I can't hate on Matias because Matias is at a level in boxing right now, not as a fighter skill wise, but as record, as what he's accomplished in his career, he's higher than what I've accomplished. Right now, I'm starting to tap into that Puerto Rico market to start putting my name out there, and hopefully by next year fight for a world title. You know, so I got nothing to say, and I guess his skills, what he's accomplished is better than me.
Look at people. Matias walked into Paro. Look at people in the comments. Matias walked into Paro's clinches all night. It's the truth, man. It's the truth. I'm speaking the truth. I'm talking about. I'm talking about. I'm not talking about. I'm not talking about emotions. I'm not talking about interviews. I'm talking about what happened in the fight. No, that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about reality. What happened?
Why wasn't he fucking beast in the clinches and breaking that motherfucker off, bro? What was that guy, bro? It's just this was all wrong, bro. From the moment he was walking into the ring, it was all wrong.
You think?
You can't do nothing about it now.
You think? Yeah.
It happened.
No, it happened. I want to hear it.
He interviewed the coach Panda. Panda was telling him to do exactly what you were saying when he was clinching him. Hit him to the body, hit him to the elbows. You could hear it on the interview what he was saying. It's just what Matias wasn't looking for that.
I'm gonna tap in this another Teal guy. Dale, habla. What you gonna say? What you gotta say about what my man Matias? Dale.
Every time, and yo soy Boricua, every time a Puerto Rican does something out of character, it fucking lose, bro. When Tito Trinidad went into that ring dressed up like the NYPD when he fought Bernard Hopkins, he got his ass whooped. And then when he came to the ring with that afro looking like Don King against Winky Wright, he got his ass whooped. Subriel Matias went in that ring thinking he was Tego Calderon. He was being too cocky. He was spending more time arguing with Regis Progress. He should have been focusing on this guy.
Yeah, that was my fault.
What I will say about Liam Paro, I didn't predict he was going to win, but I knew he was a good fighter. And I said that Subriel would beat him, but he's not going to make him quit. He's going to knock him out. He's going to have to knock him out, or the referee's going to have to stop the fight. Subriel Matias lost the fight. It was close. I think he could win a rematch if they go to Australia, because every time they go to Australia...
Eddie Hearn saying it's not a close fight. Eso bulto, bro. That's not to fight him again. ¿Qué es eso?
It was close because it was a close fight. And let me tell you about these Australians, right? Every time they put a good fight, when they go back home, they lose. Back when, you know, I'm a historian, so I'm going to go on my historian bag. Bro, you can say the same thing right now with the Boricua, Papa. Es lo mismo. Pelearon en su casa. ¿Qué pasó? When Jeff Fennick came and gave Azuma Nelson a tough fight, they had a rematch in Australia, and Azuma Nelson cooked them over there. When Cambosa came over here and upset at Teofimo, he got cooked in Australia by Devin Haney. Mark my words, if these two guys fight in Australia, Subriel Matias can cook them, but what Subriel Matias has to work on, he has to start coming forward with a jab, like I Forte. Because that's how he fights, a similar. He has to come forward with a jab. He got to start faster. He can't just
I agree with that too. I agree with that too.
For the first 4 rounds and just letting people
come forward with the jab. If you ever watch Corte used to do the same thing. Come forward with the high guard. He'll come forward with the jab.
That's the best way to pressure somebody is with a jab.
Am I surprised this happened to Matias? Absolutely not, because this is a lot of the same Matias we've been seeing, giving up all these fucking rounds in the fucking beginning of the fight, being a human punching bag.
Yeah.
Bro, this guy's gonna get CTE by the next year or two, bro. He ain't gonna be the fight. He can't be doing that, bro. I don't care who it is you're fighting. It doesn't matter. At this level, you gotta come ready and not be teed off by anybody, bro. It doesn't matter who they are.
Tap in, Tough Gloves. Shout out to Rel in the building as well.
I know people are gonna hate when I say this, because a lot of people hate this man that I'm gonna mention. If he would have fought Teofimo Lopez, it would have been really bad, bro. Oh my God, it would have been bad.
Here we go with that shit.
But it would have been against Teofimo Lopez, right? Yeah, exactly. It would have been a bigger fight. It would have been more on the line. But it would have been a knockout with Teofimo, bro. But
you can't.
He can come back from this.
You can't see that. He can't. If he can't knock out Josh Catterall, he ain't knocking out the Matias. He ain't knocking out Matias. No, you love Teal. You love, bro. You love Teal so much you will say that, and I understand it. But listen.
There's 170 pounds coming in the ring that night, bro.
What?
That's a different size monster.
Nah.
Exactly, bro. Teal would have knocked him out, bro. Because Subriel commits, bro.
Yo, Teal hasn't knocked anybody out at 140 pounds.
Listen, bro, it's a different type of style.
He didn't knock out nobody at 140 pounds. We don't even know if he's a knockout. We don't even know if he's gonna get a knockout at 140 pounds. He's supposed to knock out this guy. What happens if he don't knock out this guy?
He knocked out Pedro Campa, and he was on the verge of stopping Taylor too. Yeah, he's not killing over that ring.
During boogie boxing, though, I definitely think Matias has enough to take out Theo, but he needs to work his way up for him to get a shot at that again. When he had the shot for it, he didn't take it, but now he has to build himself to get it. Theo has problems with fighters that bring a lot of pressure. I know Teofimo since the amateurs, and a lot of people don't know, but Andres Cortez, he beat Teofimo in the Nationals. How? By putting pressure. Teofimo was developed at first by Gamboa's dad in Florida. Then from there, his dad started taking him to Ismael Salas' gym and a couple of different gyms to start getting his school up. Once Theo debuted as a professional, that's when his dad became the face of the corner. And that's what people don't understand. Before these fighters get to that high level of fighting, they have to go through different trainers, different people that actually work with them, and that's when they develop into that fighter in that stage. They don't develop it as a pro. They've already been developed as an amateur. You know what I mean? So knowing what I know, seeing what I've seen from Theo and the amateurs, if he fights somebody like Subriel that puts pressure, he's going to have a hard time with him. Now, Theo, the thing about him is a hit or miss. It could be a good day or it could be a bad day. It's all about how he comes to this fight.
Now, the thing is this, from what I noticed about the 140-pound guys, right? The ones that have been there for a while are good fighters. The ones that are special are the ones that came from 135. Like Teofimo Lopez when he came to from 135. Like Devin Haney.
140 that people are overlooking that are not really paying attention to. And that guy is David Lopez, man. He's signed with Lou DeBella. Look at that kid. That kid, bro, he's something special. He's going to be something special in the division for sure.
I'm going to look at that.
As far as the prospect goes, I think he has what it takes to beat all these guys later on. But I definitely agree with what you were saying. A lot of these guys at 140, you have a lot of big names fighting each other.
Look, on Saturday, the 140 division got flipped upside down because we lost Matias and we lost Anton Russell on that shit.
Nah. If you nah.
I saw that coming from a guy like
That's the thing. That's what kills boxing. What you're doing right there. That's what kills boxing. When people lose once or twice, my man.
It kills it for an exciting fight amongst these guys.
No, why? Just so we can see them. We can see them fight for the title. Hey, it is what it is, bro. You win some, you lose some. So exactly. Speak how you really feel. Exactly. Go ahead. Okay, so right now, so right now, so right now.
We must. Then we were supposed to see Antoine Russell against one of these top guys. We lost that shit.
But why did we lose that? Because they lost one time, they lost two times. What? Well, who's a C class fighter?
You think he's gonna wait for Paro?
What?
You think
Who?
he's gonna want to fight? You think he's gonna want to fight? Who's he gonna fight at 140 now?
Who?
Ryan Garcia.
No, that's 147.
Listen, Tank Davis. What are you
talking about? He only fights C-class fighters, bro. Stop the Tank Davis shit.
Do you understand what you're saying? Okay, Matias lost and you got Antoine Russell that lost. That's a great fight in itself. Gary
Exactly.
versus Matias.
Exactly.
The fight that I'm looking forward to is Tio versus Matias. Tio versus an Antoine or Matias.
Because they have both that exciting styles.
Yeah.
You got Gary Antoine Russell.
We're not gonna see those.
And that's a main. And it's a main event, Joey. Joey. And it's a main event, Joey. It's a main event, Joey. It's a main event.
I get what HLD is saying, and I get what Mill's saying as well. Mill's saying, how can you say that we lost those guys? It's not over for their career. I agree with you.
We just added another name. That's all we did.
It's a setback, but I also get what HLD is saying, because when Tio moved to 140, became champion, we anticipated
definitely a setback.
For now, the Russell fight is not there. Neither is Devin Haney, because Devin Haney's diminished also. And the Subriel fight ain't there, because those guys got to rebuild now. So now Tio, the only big fight there, and like this guy just said, Ryan Garcia don't even fight at 140. Like, there's no big names at 140 at the moment, because the guys that were big names, like Subriel, Devin Haney,
they're not going to want to fight him. Nobody's going to want... Yo, listen, there's more film of Subriel getting beat. There it is. Boom. No one's still going to want to fight him.
Your man didn't want to fight
Yo,
Tio.
bro, just because you're mad loud doesn't mean that you're making a point. That's not a point.
That is the point.
No, it's not. That's not the point. That's fine. That's your opinion. That's fine. He didn't sign. I'm sorry that he didn't sign to Top Rank, but he signed to the Zone. Listen, at the end of the day, bro, right? Subriel Matias, he will be champion again. So if you want to call him a hype job, if you want to call him a hype job, that's you. Go ahead. You know maybe. Why? So now Frank Martin is a C class fighter. So all right. So check this out. This is why I'm gonna cook him right here. This is where he gets sauteed and fried. Check this out. So now he goes out here, and your boy is heavily teal, right? Because you could tell, everybody see it in the chat, right? So check it. Now he go lose to Sando Martin, right? And then he goes. So when you see that performance, huh? What do you think about Cambosis? What kind of fighter is he? C class fighter. You know, and the Sando Martin wasn't a good opener to pull up at 140. Oh, the Pedro Campos was a good opener. No, the Pedro Campos, I know the Pedro Campos, right? But when that's cool, that's good. But now when we talking about other guys, he didn't stop Taylor, and Taylor's washed up right now. Yeah, but he didn't stop him. So why is he stopping Matias? Yo, Taylor's not. He don't move his head. Taylor. No. I'm talking fire. You're talking about a C class fight. You're talking about a C class fighter.
It's not a guarantee Subriel beats Josh Taylor at that time. It's not a guarantee because Josh Taylor beat. They're like on the same level, like I mentioned. You got the good guys that are good at 140.
No, because Josh Taylor not really punching like that. I think that Paro was punching as well. I was listening to him hit the pads, And I'm like, oh yeah, you could tell. You know, Joey, when you hit someone and hit the pass, and you're like, that's some crack. He didn't know. He got hurt a lot of times.
He got hurt. Subriel had a shin, bro.
Well, yeah. He don't want to give no credit to that because I know that Subriel didn't get hurt in that fight.
No, Subriel got a shin. That's one thing.
But I know Paro got hit. I know Paro got hurt 3 times in that fight.
Yeah.
But he took it well. He didn't fall like everybody else ever has.
He bounced back. He did.
That's what I'm saying. He recuperated.
What I will tell you about Paro is that in this fight, when he got hit by Matias, he didn't zero out and go crazy all over the place and start going into the fear. He kept his cool, kept his game plan, and moved around it. That's what got him the victory, was the fact that he started working the angles and moving. If he would have went into like an 8 after he got hit and got on a bicycle and just started running, not trying to fight, he wasn't gonna win that fight.
Honestly, I think he wasn't gonna win that fight if he didn't clinch.
Somebody in the chat.
He wasn't gonna win that fight if he didn't clinch. He don't have an inside game, you know.
Somebody in the chat said.
And did somebody in another fight get a point taken away because it was too much clinching? If we had that type of style of judging, what do you think? Would that benefit Matias or not? Be real.
Then they replaced the
Be real.
They took away and they take it away.
Be real. All right, let me talk to all right, Joey. You a fighter. What do you think?
Listen,
in that situation, if he gets warned for clinching and continues and gets another point taken off for clinching, and and now he's forced not to clinch, so he's forced to fight, or Dika use those angers that you were saying, right? You tell me, how is that fight looking? Nah. Come on, HOD. All you're gonna do is yell.
Coming from a 10-8 round of getting a point deducted, and then having the fact that they took away one of the tools that you're using to recover yourself, that's different, because he was grabbing when he was hurt. He was grabbing to recover himself, because, like I said, Matias don't got no pedal hands, bro. Matias got some punches. So whenever he would get hurt, he would clinch.
Papi, every round.
But if you take that tool away from the umpire, that's a whole different.
That's a different style. Now that's not an A side. That's not an A side referee looking out for Matias in Puerto Rico. That's not what that is. I'm looking at it like that. I'm looking at it as more of as an analyst, not like on some like fanboy shit. This is the truth.
He wasn't running like Devin Haney runs to grab and hold, man.
No, yo, you're not watching the fight then. You're not watching the fight.
Man, he wasn't like that.
All right. Are you willing? All right, so how about this? Are you willing to give me $100 for every clinch? And if it doesn't reach $2,000, are you willing to take that bet? Now that see that? You see that?
Look what you're saying. How about do you want to
That's 24. That's 24 clinches. And I know he doubled that. So let's go.
You're saying that you say he had 48 clinches in
No. I said 24, but I'm pretty sure he definitely doubled that.
That's 48.
Yeah. But that's a lot of clinching. And if you're not clinching like that, and count the seconds per clinch. They're taking their time with the clinch. Yo, Tony Weeks yesterday for Tank was separating Frank Martin's clinches in within seconds. And then you want to go and tell me he's Puerto Rican. That doesn't make no sense, HLD. Oh, Deacon, he's Puerto Rican, is gonna no, it doesn't. Guess who paid who paid the referee? What? You think fresh yeah. We all know. Shit. We already know, Mill City. You think now, look it. Now, if he goes and obviously, if he clinches and gets away with the clinch and doesn't work off the clinch, because I don't want to use excuses for Matias, because you got to work off the clinch. You got to fight off the clinch. So I'm not. If you're watching Matias, I'm not gonna give you an excuse because you told me not to give you an excuse. So there it is. You got to work off the clinch. But if he goes to Australia, you think that they're gonna go and favor the clinch? No. So you better work that off.
Papa, look at everything that was going against what Matias, his mentality, his game plan of how he listens, his style that he did.
I understand that.
All that, bro.
I understand that, but that's listen. You're talking about further.
Because of nobody. Matias lost because he got into his own head.
Yeah.
That's what he was told.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you don't fix that, absolutely, that's a big deal. HLD, you're 100%. But I'm gonna give him. Listen, listen. After 2 losses, I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt to take the opportunity to change it. That's all I'm saying. I want him to listen to this. I want him to listen to this, and I want him to trust Panda. Trust him. Put your life on his hands.
You have to, man. That's why you got a corner, man. You know, that's why you got a corner, man. That's what, man. Yo, if you see how...
Because if you fight Haney, he's gonna clinch you too. We can't use the same excuse. I can't come and go into this lives and telling you that you can't work off the clinch. These guys now, you don't got the belt, you don't got the leverage. I hope that Puerto Rico's represents you like on that gate every time. Still, I hope so. And I'm gonna, hey, Coliseum, here we come. 12,000 people, and then we'll get the job done. They'll make a beautiful card. He'll come back.
You think he's gonna sell on his next?
Papi. This is not Teofimo Lopez that can't find Jermaine Ortiz. My man Matias finds you. He's entertaining, Papi. He's entertaining, Papi.
It wasn't entertaining on Saturday.
No, hey, listen, bro. We had an entertaining fight. I watched that. Yes, it hurt me knowing that I knew the outcome was going to be that he lost. Yeah, that's going to happen. But it's boxing. But am I entertained? Yeah. Nobody ran. Te pasa. Yeah, you're emotionally attached to the fight more than I am, obviously.
Matias sold out the place. Can he sell another venue? Can he sell another
after loss?
Why not?
People are gonna stand behind him.
Boricua, papi. Papi, this is not. Él tiene un casa. This is not Teofimo Lopez that we don't know if he's from Florida or if he's from New York, because we already know when he did the big room in Martin. ¿Qué pasó? Habla claro, papi.
I wouldn't be rushing to go get another one, bro. I'm not rushing to buy no $400-$600 in tickets. I'm not rushing.
You're not rushing. That's fine, but the island of Puerto Rico thinks different.
Bro, yo conozco los boricuas. Y yo me imagino, las emisoras le están tirando piedra a todo fuerte ahorita.
Sí te entiendo. Yo soy boricua, papi. Yo soy el sobrino de Tito Trinidad, una de las mejores peleadoras puertorriqueñas, ¿ok? El puertorriqueño cuando tú pierdes sí está en contra tuya, sí a veces te dan la espalda por un rato, pero no significa que están en contra de sus deportistas, porque la gente de Puerto Rico apoyan a los deportistas, de que hablan porquería y siempre van a tirar piedras, van a tirar.
Pero diga eso en inglés. Dile eso.
De que apoyan y que van a apoyar un boricua. Si tú pones a Matías a pelear o con un mexicano o con un cubano o con un americano en los Estados Unidos, en Puerto Rico, la pelea se va a vender como sea.
Oye, y mira esto. Yo, check this out. No. Regis Progress already said, oh, now Leon Paro, we up next. We were supposed to fight this and that. Matias, now nope, you already know we can't do it. And we already know, we talked to Regis a couple times saying that he wants the money. You know what I mean? Well, guess what? Matias, there's money there.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, it could be good now for my...
You ain't going to get the hardware.
The Matias was as the champion. And I got respect for reasons prograde. But yeah, no, Matias had no fucking business calling out prograde when he needed to be calling out.
Yo entiendo. Okay, but you're yelling on the top of your lungs on a podcast to say that, loco. Sí, pero eso and then you said that already 4 times.
Is that better for you guys?
Yeah. A little, yeah. Are you close to the phone or something?
Listen, I understand as a businessman, I understand what Matias was doing. He wasn't calling out. He called appropriate. The call was there. They talked. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, he said, "Oh, whenever you're ready, come down." You know what I mean? We'll make it happen. Cool. They both now they can make it happen. It makes more sense. They both coming off a loss. Let's see. Whoever wins gets a redeemed shot. Gary Russell Jr. is another guy that's there for that fight to happen. You know, there's so many fights to be made at 140 that people are overlooking just because they have a loss, bro. No, that gives them more excitement right now.
I think that's more exciting. You're right. I'm more excited to see the Gary Antoine Russell and Matias fight too, because I know that I got 2 dogs in the ring. You know what I mean? I know that there's not gonna be no running. I know that these guys they both took a L. I would love for Devin Haney to take that fight, but and I didn't get to see the tweet, but if you can help me out, HLD, what did Devin Haney say to Matias on Twitter?
Bro, he got me blocked, so I don't know.
Oh yeah. I heard he was talking shit, right?
I saw somewhere something.
And I'm like,
now he's ready to get back into it. Man, get the fuck out of here.
Oh yeah, and then I'm like, in my head, I'm like, pero, ¿dónde te acuerdas what Ryan did to you? And then piso como 3 veces. He was on the floor and everything, bro. What the hell we talking about right here? That wasn't as competitive as this was. What had happened? So
he was talking shit. Let me see if I can pull it up on the desktop.
Yeah, he was saying something. Then I'm like, yo, you can't talk.
Stop blogging.
Papá, yo los dejo aquí porque me voy a tener que ir. Okay, but stay tuned, everybody that's jumping in July 19th at the Coliseum, Mario Quijote Morales in Puerto Rico. You're going to see Felix Trinidad's nephew get back into the ring, guys, and watch me take that W, guys.
Dale, hermanito. Yo te bendiga.
Mira.
Break off the switch. No te quiero con reggaetón 15 minutos antes de la pelea entrando. Vamos a pelear, ¿viste?
Salute.
Y dejamos el perú después de que ganamos, ¿me entiendes? Después que ganamos. Yo te bendiga, hermano, a ti y claramente a tu tío Trinidad.
Joey, stay blessed, man, and we'll talk soon. All right.
Yes, sir. All right, sounds good, George. Peace.
Saludo. So salute to Zab in the building as well. He was in here, but then everybody started speaking Spanish and shit, so he was like, I'm out of here. I know him. Damn, the mosquitoes are killing me. Pero sí. So, I mean, at the end of the day, HLD, I was entertained even though it wasn't going our way. You feel me?
Bro, you have no idea. I was praying in that 12th round, bro.
Yeah, honestly, I know. I'm over here looking for the home run. I understand, and it didn't happen. I know. I'm looking for the home run, but I know in boxing, bro, you ain't sometimes you ain't gonna knock out everybody. And
no, it's not about knocking them out, but I just win the damn fight, bro.
Yeah, listen, hey, I'll tell you right now. A minor setback for a major comeback. Listen, man, we had Marvin Hagler. What did he take? How many L's? Like 4, 5, 6? You know what I'm saying? He got a style, papa. He's entertaining. Esto no era un person that he can't find you. He can find you in the ring. He can find you. He's a killer. He's entertaining. If people don't want to see them, tú un loco. You're crazy if you don't want to see Matias still. You got to think about it. Look at Zab. Zab's a killer. Zab took L's.
I put some some of the bullshit Zab Judah's got some talking, bro.
Yo, this is the new champion right here.
His older brother's nice, but
The new champ. What's going on? What's going on, Lil Zab?
What's up, man?
How are you?
I'm good. What about you?
I'm good, man. Did you spar your dad yet?
Did I spar my? It's soon.
Well, I thought you wanted that like right away.
I'm a spar him today. Yeah, all in due time. All in due time, man. Tell him, man. All in due time, man. All in due time.
Are you honestly, are you honestly ready for something like that?
Am I? Of course.
I like your energy. I heard you doing your thing in the backyards and the yards outside. You beating up all your friends.
Did you see the video?
Nah, he hasn't shown me yet. He know I'm a heavy critic.
Bro, he got his dad smile, bro.
And he's Boricua too. Why you think he put him? Why you think he put him on? He's like Zab. Let me know what they're saying.
How old are you, young man? 15. I'm 15. 15, man. Keep rocking, man. Keep rocking, man.
How you like boxing so far?
Bro. Make sure you listen to your dad, bro. I do. I have to. Yeah. I bet you do.
He's a beast.
It's all love, though, man. Trust me.
I think Authentical Boxing. I didn't really get to talk to him in the fights, but I seen him here. He got a nice channel as well. So yeah. So you still in Vegas, Lil Zab?
Yeah, I live here.
How's everything going on over there? Are you still training?
Yeah, I'm always training. Yeah,
Yo,
it's good over here in Vegas. I like it.
you was at the tank fight with your dad, right?
Nah, I watched on TV. I couldn't go that day.
Oh, you couldn't go that day? Oh, I was for the grown-ups?
It seemed good, though. It seemed good.
I seen the fishes eating your feet and stuff. That was weird. Your twins, the twins were freaking out. One of them, Papa.
Oh, they're doing that fish pedicure stuff.
Yeah. There he is. Hey, Papa. What you think about the fishes? Oh, he can't hear, right? Eating your feet.
He said 7 out of 10.
7 out of 10. Yo, Zab's kids, right? He got them like on they're doing everything. You know what I mean? What else you doing besides boxing?
I do YouTube and I stream.
Oh shoot.
Okay. Yeah. What type of content you be producing, man? Gaming content or what? I do. I mean, I'm a variety streamer. I do a ton of different stuff, and so I post whatever really. Okay. Yeah, I can do IRL. I can do on the game. Yeah. So how much are you into this boxing game, man? Are you all into it, or are you just dabbling in it?
Yo, do me a.
Right now, I just like to know how to fight. So that's what I'm doing right now. I just know how to fight.
Yo, who's your favorite fighter?
Of all time, I'm gonna have to go with. Actually, currently, my favorite fighter is. I don't know. I like whoever winning. That's all I was say. I like whoever winning. He's gonna be politically correct already.
You watch Gervonta Davis fight? HOD?
Yes, man, I watched that fight, man, and like I was trying to say earlier, bro, lots of credit to Kyron, but also to Coach Bedman, man. He had the kid fighting a phenomenal fight. I was hoping that all that weight stuff wasn't gonna bite him in the ass at the end of the fight. They did what they had to do, and he beat a beautiful fight. You know what I mean? For what Elijah Garcia was presenting. Yeah, I don't know if Elijah, I mean, he looked lethargic in a way, whatever it is, but Tyron was straight up, right? And he did what he had to do, man.
Super Zab, and we got Chiron. He's on right now. What's up, Zab? What's up, Chiron?
Yeah, absolutely. Happy Father's Day, Zab.
Yo, congrats on your win again, Chiron.
Oh, you got Chiron. I just noticed the screen, bro. I'm just listening to Zab. Yo, man, congratulations, bro. You got the buggy hat on. That's why I know. Yeah. Congratulations, bro. Congratulations, bro. Great fight, bro. Proud of that performance, bro. Can't say enough, bro. And here's a young man in his corner. That's what happens when you listen to the coach in the corner.
Man, you low key wanted Matias. Yo, you low key wanted him to lose, yo.
Stop it, bro. Stop it. Trying to talk that shit.
You didn't want him to go against. You don't really want him to go against Tio. That's what it is. I get it.
Don't try to dirty up the congratulations.
Listen, let's focus on Chiron Davis right now. Chiron Davis coming off of a big win right now. Y'all might not see it being big, but I'm gonna tell you how big it is. This shit jumped him up to possibly fighting Carlos Adames. That's how big it is for the real WBC title. So let's talk about the fight and let's talk about that. So, Zab, were you able to at least watch the fight while you was there?
Which fight?
Yo, Chiron, did you fought on like in Vegas, right? The same thing, right? Yeah, Chiron's fight.
I fought right before
Did you were you in the building, Zab, or were you?
Yeah, I was there.
I'm saying, were you watching Chiron fight, or were you smoking in the bathroom?
Come on, man. We gotta put him on the spot, bro.
Honestly. Yo, were you still in the slot machine? Where were you? Like, talk to me. Were you at the fight?
I was walking to my seat when he was fighting. As I was coming in, he was just finishing up. So the game was ready to go after that.
So HLD, talk about the fight. Let me see your questions for Chiron.
Man, questions man. The young man answered them all that night. He answered them all. And we know that Elijah was quote unquote the A side on this shit, right? And bro, listening to Coach Redman's instructions, listening to his report, bro, I was more impressed of how you handle yourself, listening to everything in the corner with Coach Redman, and then you putting it out there the way he asked you to do it, than anything else, man. That was just that was bread and butter. I loved it, man. I loved it. I can't even say how, because you know what? That's a lot of fighters. Look, we saw that on fight night with several fighters who are not connected to their coach, who are not connected to trusting what they're being told and do what they're being told. And it seems like you and Glenn got that real nice vibe going right there, man. Elijah itself, man, to be honest, I don't think Elijah, I don't know, he didn't look sharp at all, but you took advantage of everything he was trying to produce. Every moment of the fight. So yeah, I feel like if you pay your quarter, you should probably listen to him.
Damn. That's heavy. Hey, Didi, how are you, sis?
It's probably best if you listen to him. That's what they're there for. Hey, how you doing? I think that's the probably the best thing you probably should do is listen to your corner. I feel like Elijah Garcia was coming home, but I think a lot of things I was doing to like stop it, pause his offense, and like make him second guess himself. When he was trying to come forward and kind of trying to come strong, the right hand was kind of stopping him in his place, and I was flicking and jabbing and measuring off. He It's the first time you ever heard your opponent tell you, yo, punch the dude in the arms, bro. Yeah, we work on that. You work on that, bro, because you did it. As soon as I heard you do it, first thing you put on was that right hand lateral. I'm like, yeah, your man is really listening to his coach. He ain't lethargic up in there. I loved it, bro. You got his hands down. You got him all opened up because of it. Man, I'm ecstatic, bro. Great fight, man. Great fight.
So, what walk us down the fight? You know what I mean? Like, talk to us about your feelings of the fight from round 1 to 10.
So in the first round, I was just trying to see what he had and his foot speed and how he was. Like everybody's approach is different. When they come in, like is he coming to fight? Is he coming to play? I was trying to see I was finding his demeanor. I was throwing things. I was seeing how he was reacting to certain things. And what I learned was in the first round, when you've been around for a while, you kind of can pick up on things fast. I started seeing him just staying in line for the right hand. So we just started throwing the right hand. And they always say my left foot is my best punch, but I could throw a right hand too. So we was just throwing the right hand. But every time his head was there, we put up the right hand. When he tried to put his hands from his face, we put it on the outside. When he bent it over, we'll throw it up the middle. We was just using the right hand, and then when he weighs, and then when he got too close to the left foot can circle out. It was really simple, but I kept it simple because I didn't really have to do nothing else. He wouldn't keep his head off the line, bro. He was just hit it, man. Hit it. That's what he was there for, man. And you were just impressive that you picked that up early on. Did you feel any his aggression in that fight, or did you feel like he was just going through the motions? He was aggressive, but he was careful. I think he was a little careful, but as soon as I started dropping the right hand, I seen him not having the answer for it. And when you be around for a while, you just realize that you just keep it simple. You can't get away from something, you just keep doing it. If you're not gonna fix it, I'm not gonna change it. And I just kept throwing it, and he kept putting his head on that side. And then as soon as he tried to make a little adjustment, I bring it around the corner, and he brings his head right back to the same side. He couldn't figure it out. He had enough time. So no. Let me ask you, my man. Did you before the fight? Were you guys how concerned were you guys about Elijah's weight coming in big like that? It was less about being worried and more about being annoyed. Like we came the last time there was a fight, he came in and he said he was sick. All right, benefit of the doubt. We was upset, but benefit of the doubt. But then you come in 5.5 pounds over. Like, bro, how unprofessional is that? It's more frustrating than anything. Like, I fought big guys, so I'm not worried about size. But it's like, come on now, what are you trying to do? You trying to get off on me? And then, he showed frustration. But I'm like, bro, you gotta lose a little bit of weight. It ain't no way that you gonna come in 5 pounds, 5.5 pounds over, like. Trying to play me, but we made a decision. I said, we're gonna beat him anyway, and we did what we had to do. Absolutely did, man. Absolutely did, bro. Good, man. So moving on now from this fight, what do you guys see upcoming for yourself in the near future? We're going when the rankings come out. I'm gonna be number 1 in the WBA, pretty high in the WBC. So we're looking for the champions across the time.
Laura.
We're looking Laura.
If I can ask you, what's the fight you want? What's the fight out there that you want?
I would love the Laura fight just because of the name. Laura's been a big name in our sport for so long. You feel me? That's a big name. When I'm Panamanian. I go all the Latin clubs. Everybody know who Laura is. I love to punch on. You feel me? That's a good fight. That's a good fight for you, young man. That's a great next step up fight. I love that fight next. And for that fight next, I'll take the Carlos Thomas because the WBC is the most prestigious belt in the game. So that green belt. You want that green and gold? But I think Lada's a great fight, man. I think Lada would be a great fight for you coming up next. I think it'll give you a lot of experience fighting Lada. I've been in the ring with Laura too. I was in camp with him a few years ago, so I'm familiar with him as well. So I would be excited to fight him. Hey, did Coach Bedman give you a grade for the fight? wanted to do and listen and able to make adjustments on the fly. Because that wasn't our original game plan. But once we seen that was what was going to work, we did it. Because the original game plan was I was going to walk him down, and I know I could have, because when he was punching, it didn't feel like like, oh my God, he's such a big puncher. You feel like he got heavy.
Shout out to my ZKO family in the building.
I was going to initially walk him down, but when I seen him be cutting move away from the right hand, I'm like, I'm going to make this fight easy, and that's what we did.
Well, man, great job, guys. Great job, man. He definitely got a bright future, man.
Absolutely, man.
He definitely got a bright future. You know what I'm saying?
When you go back to the gym,
a lot of high-level people are talking about him. You know what I mean? So that's you know what I'm saying? His name is definitely spreading throughout the ranks. So that's a good thing.
Yeah. When do we go back to the gym, Carlos? As soon as my body feels like all the way back, I'm getting older, man. You know, like
man. I don't want to hear it, Zab.
He saw Zab and he said, I can hear it.
Yo, Zab.
I'm 29 now, right?
Zab.
I'll be getting these little weird back pains.
Zab.
I used to wake up in the morning and go straight to the gym and just be punching on stuff, right? Now I gotta do like these little warm-ups and these little elastic bands and shit to get myself warmed up before I start punching. I'm gonna hurt myself. So my body feels like I'm 100%. Like, are you doing the cold tabs, bro? Yeah, I do cryotherapy. Yeah, cryotherapy. Okay. I do cryotherapy. I do the heat, the high contrast. I got massages. I got chiropractor. How about the barrier chamber, man? Any barrier chamber, bro? Getting all that. I do the barrier chamber throughout my training camps too. So like all that stuff, and I make sure my nutrients, my vitamins, the calcium. Do my blood. The barrier chamber would be good right now, man. Right now, yeah. That was you get all that oxygen to help you recoup real quick. I've learned that that type of stuff makes your career last longer. Because I was getting a lot of nagging injuries just before a fight. I'm going to fight with one hand, going to fight with one shoulder. I had to step up. You gotta feed too, bro. You gotta make sure you get your good sleep. You know what I mean? But good, man. Hey, man, I'm happy that great performance on Saturday. You definitely entertained me on Saturday, man. I was happy for you guys, man. Congratulations to both you and Coach Glenn.
Now, Zab, I want to get, we wasn't able to really get your reactions on the Tank and Frank card. I know that we seen you and you talked to Coach Kenny a little bit, but can you talk to me just how was the night in Vegas?
I mean, the night was phenomenal. You know what I'm saying? Good to see a lot of my fellow Vegas, champion peers, and it was just a great environment. You know what I'm saying? One thing you can't say. Bring them out. You know what I'm saying? It was a full house. Some great people came out, and we had to. And then he handled his business. What can I say? He came out. He had a game plan. What I observed. This is not, but I haven't heard this from Coach Kenny or nobody. I just observed him coming out with a high guard, feel out the fight. Once he got the confidence of how hard this guy is, how fast he is, it was night. It was night. It was lights over. Mills, remember when I said the fourth round? Remember when I kept saying?
Yeah.
You see what happened in the fourth round, right? He almost got him out of there.
He walked him down with his hands down.
Hands down. I tell you, by the fourth, he was gonna be, you know what I'm saying, that dynamite. He stuck to the game plan that I thought he was gonna stick to. But he didn't do a lot of punching, but he walked him down and put the pressure on Frank. You know what I'm saying? So that, I mean, people understand, as a fighter, that's sometimes exert and blows a lot of energy by just backpedaling. You know what I'm saying? By just backpedaling and keeping your defense up and anticipation. That's the word. Anticipating a shot coming at you can drain the hell out of you. Oh my God.
Yeah, he was doing that all night long, bro.
Wait a minute.
He had that telephone on his ear all night.
Yeah. That's right.
You know, Frank is doing some good. Frank is doing some good things in there, and he's landing, but he has energy trying to do it. That there's no way you're gonna be able to maintain that. And the way that Tank was flying up on him, it was getting smaller, and the ring was getting smaller and smaller and smaller. Tank is so explosive, and he got so many tools and uses his brain. When he started throwing them combinations, started changing up the combinations, where he was going over the top and he started going under the, started going to the side door. It's like there's nowhere. But Frank touched him up early on, bro. Nobody can deny that.
I think that. So here's what I'll say to that. I don't think it was really a touch-up because Gervonta Davis was coming forward. I think that what Gervonta was doing, he exactly accomplished. He wanted Frank Martin to throw big shots and to exert himself. You know what I'm saying? I think that was the game plan. You know what I'm saying? Hands up high guard. I mean, he never got hit to the point where we seen his legs come from under him, and he was you know what I'm saying, hurt.
You never really seen that from Tank, though. So.
No, we never seen that fight. So
Tank got a good beard, so
that's why I said Tank was in great control. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Frank, listen, man. Like I said, Frank Warren did nothing wrong, bro. He did nothing wrong.
Tank got hit with a couple straight left hands, like on counter tip, and he just walked through him. Like that's a testament to his chin, because Frank can punch. That's what Tank does for the most part. He wants to feel you. I see it. If he knows he can take your power, then I'm walking you down. You know what I mean? Once he knows he can do that.
Here's what I feel right now. The best is Frank Martin is getting ready to happen to the world. I believe that Frank Martin's next fight, he's going to blossom up and be something great. Watch. The next person that catch him, watch. It's going to be a problem. Watch what I say. Watch.
139, though. I don't think he'll fight at 135.
Say that again, Zab.
I said that I think the best of Frank Martin is about to come right now. You know what I'm saying? I didn't get it. Our great days of watching Frank Martin is right now about to run, because I think that he was pushing. You know, it's like a lot of good fighters. They get pushed to the big fights at an early situation. You know, and you know, sometimes them lights, like I was telling you before, man, them lights is something different. People don't understand what it is to be in them lights like that in Las Vegas. Name on the marquee, billboards there, bro. You don't know what it's like. That shit is. It's exciting. It's a lot of adrenaline wasted before you even get to the ring. You know what I'm saying? So the lights are bright, man. And I think that Frank Martin is a great fighter, but it just wasn't his time that night for the lights to come on. I think now, moving forward, he's gonna do great. Watch.
Now, do you think that Frank Martin, how does that Frank Martin match up with a Shakur Stevenson?
Shakur stops him.
So it's gonna be more of a,
TKO style.
Yeah, Shakur is a technician. So Shakur will
see that.
Chop him up.
I don't see him stopping.
You see a distance?
I see him outpointing, but I don't see him stopping.
Now, wait a minute. There's two versions to outpointing. Which outpointing you talking about? The pity pat run shit, or the just, you know what I'm saying? I threw more punches than he threw.
Well, I think it depends on how healthy Shakur is. You know, if he comes in 100%, I think that he can outpoint him convincingly. But he can also win without getting touched at all. You know, Shakur's that kind of fighter where he can make the fight real boring for us with a win in his pocket. You know, so I don't know, but I don't see him stopping Frank, because Frank got a lot of fortitude. Tank hit like nobody else in the division. Like, you can't just say, Frank gonna get stopped just because you see him get stopped with Tank punch. No, I'm not talking about the same type of knockout. Yeah, I'm not talking about the same, but I see him dominating to the point that the rest stops. That's what I'm. That's what Zab is talking about. Is it pity patty or is it pure domination? Right. And I see Shakur.
Gotti Ward.
I mean that's That's a legendary beat. Lomachenko, that was beat down. Yeah. School. He outschooled the shit out of him. Took made him look like an amateur. Think what he did to Frank. You ain't gonna do that to Loma. You ain't gonna catch no Loma, no damn ropes. I really even doubt that Tank even takes the fight in the fall like they talking out there. You ain't gonna fight Loma. So why not? Tank can't beat Loma? Who do you think in that fight? No, I got Loma in that fight. I got Loma. After I seen him getting touched up in so many fights, getting out back many times, and he only wins because he stops the guy. Yeah, I see Loma being able to keep him in the middle of the ring, boxing him. Nah, I think you ain't gonna catch him on the ropes like he was trying to cool. You ain't gonna be on the ropes like Clay Martin. I believe that history repeats itself over again.
Elaborate.
I know that. Frank Martin is way bigger than Lomachenko. TFMO, he like some body shots. I'm looking at the size of the fighters that Tank knocked out already. He knocked out guys 2 times Loma stars. Is he gonna catch Loma? Loma's gonna be right there pressing.
Loma's not gonna like that power.
Everybody's hittable, baby. I don't know how good your defense is. Yeah. Everybody gonna get hit. It's about how you get hit. Tank has never fought a guy of the IQ and level of talent, even of this old Loma. Never in his life has Tank ever fought anybody of that caliber.
Hey,
love you too.
They said that Floyd was one of the best defensive fighters, and Zab found a way to get him.
You talking about Zab? Zab would have got Tank.
And I'm talking about Tank Davis though.
And I'm putting down. And I'm putting if we could have a time machine, I'll put money on that.
Bro, we're not doing no fantasy matches right now.
Yeah, bro, you do all the time with Tank. Tank could be Loma, Tank could be Tito, Tank could be Shakur, but he ain't fighting none of those guys. The reason why that's not a fantasy match is because that's really doable. That really can happen right now. Loma don't want this fight, man. Tank ain't gonna want it. I don't think it's nobody in the Rounders division that Tank can't beat on any given night because he's gonna have to prove it in the ring. Up to this point,
12 rounds.
He hasn't done that for me. Here's what I tell you guys is this. A fight like that will come down to dollars and cents. If they pay Tank the right amount of money, trust me, he'll pay that fight easily. Trust me. He's young enough. See, y'all gotta know, guys, put yourself back in your 25-year-old mentality. That's what you gotta think about. And think about your body, your shape, your mind. Think about how you was. You know what I'm saying? Ferocious, heartless. You know what I'm saying? That's where Tank is at today. So do I think he's scared to fight any fighter? No. I don't think fighters are scared to fight each other anyway. I mean, maybe some of them on a lower level, but guys that make it to a high level, I don't feel like they scared to fight each other. I think that a lot of great fights that don't happen or happen later because of negotiation. Sometimes people recognize the worth of what the fight could be, and you know your first offer, you like, wait, y'all offer me how much? Right now, that's I can wait 2 more years, keep winning, and then shit gonna try double. You know you were like that, but great fighters are known to be great fighters because they fight other great fighters. Yeah, that's how great fighters are. Yeah, but fighting is a great fighter for me until he starts fighting great fighters. Yeah, but the fighting business is self as well too. You gotta longevity. At 30 years old, then same with great fighter team. You wanna be considered great in my book, you gotta fight great fighters. The thing is not your book that they're looking for. So my point stands though. You guys wanna call him great? I'm not gonna call him great until he starts fighting great fighters.
So Barrios wasn't a good fighter?
No, Barrios is not a great fighter. Bullshit. I take that back. He's a good fighter. He ain't a great fighter. Barrios is a great fighter. No, man. Man, I cannot put Zab Judah's name next to Mario Barrios, okay? Alright? I cannot put Zab Judah's name next to Mario Barrios.
Yo, listen, bro. I'm gonna tell you something. You comparing Zab Judah, a Hall of Famer, bro.
Hold up. I feel like you know Zab the legend. I feel like you pandering him just a little bit because Zab's right here. Let's be honest. These guys are good fighters, multiple division champions. You're talking about guys who overcame odds. It's not like diminish these guys and what they've done in their career, you know, because we all know Zab's a Hall of Fame. Like, come on now. All right, so let's compare him to somebody that gets on there. He's not a Loma. He is not. Tank is not a Loma. Tank is not even a Tio. Let's talk about Tank and Tio. Don't put Zab in it. No. This is not going to put Zab out because they don't want me to compare with Hall of Famers. So I'm putting him against names that are his contemporaries. And he has it. Is Ryan Garcia a great fighter?
I think that Frank Martin is a better opponent than Claggett, the one that Teal's about to fight.
No, that's the same busy fight. But when has Tank fought any 2 pound-for-pound fighters in this division? When has Tank fought 2 of the top guys in this division? When has Tank dethroned 3 champions?
When's the last time we seen When's the last time we seen Tank in the ring? You see any ring rust? I'm just asking.
When have you seen Tank hold the linear belt? Or have you held a whole bunch of Reggie belts? Frank is better. I think Ida Cruz is better than Frank if Campbell's is. He don't got bad opposition at all. Like reaching, you reaching. He's got a bunch of C plus B fighters.
Yo, the thing about with HLD, if they don't have an accomplishment near their name on BoxRec, they're nothing to him.
Not a BoxRec, bro. You gotta have fights in real opposition. An A-side fighting another A-side. Oh. Somebody do a backflip? That's fire. I do it. Do it again. Do it again. Everybody athletic over there.
Damn. Don't do this. You about to get Chiron in trouble.
You're in trouble over here, man. Chiron, turn the other way, bro.
This is going on YouTube.
Yo, what you doing, Zab? You're gonna get us out of trouble, man.
Not me. Not me. Yo, this is gonna be on Before Champ. They get a lot of views over there. They get a lot of. I says.
Oh shit.
Hey.
Anyway, man, let's get back to this boxing, man. But hey, that's my take, man. You got.
I think Tank stops Loma. That's my take. Yeah.
So who winning that? Oh, damn. It's over.
At least I can do this on that. Yeah. So, what you think? What you think, Zab? You think that he stops Loma? How do you think that fight will go? Tank and Loma.
If it ever happens. Tank and Loma. It's a good fight. But I mean, I just that takes overwhelms him with power and walks him down and finishes him off late.
Late, right? Because he's
Yeah.
Because Loma got a lot of skills.
Loma give Loma a lot of credit. He got a lot of skills. I think Loma could survive the fight. I think that Tank power keeps Loma hands in his pocket. Kind of how we seen like Tiafimo. It kind of makes him overthink and he losing rounds not being active because he doesn't want to run and stuff. I can see something like that happening where he's just not doing enough and he's like Because Loma is the type of dude where he's been in the ring so long, he know how to get out of there without getting clipped. You know what I'm saying? He got so much experience. A lot of experience, yeah. So he might be able to get out of there with a clip, but I don't see him win around because the more offensive, the more dangerous to get.
Yo, Tank is real quick too.
He's reactive. When he lets his hand go, he slams them bitches. He slams them bitches.
And I don't know. And then you know how it is, Mr. Southpaw over there when you're fighting another Southpaw, another great Southpaw. I mean, and then you happen to be, a stronger Southpaw. How does that end up working out?
I don't know. Sounds like a bully to me.
Terrence Crawford, Zab Judah, and who? Zab. Talk to me. How'd you get that? How'd you get that undisputed? Was that from Southpaw or no?
How did I get what? Corey was Southpaw, wasn't it? Yeah.
Corey.
How did I get what? How did I get what, man? Like what? Roses?
Nah, when you got that when you got undisputed.
Oh, how was it? Oh, it was beautiful.
Yeah. You was fighting what? Another what?
Southpaw.
And at the highest level, right? Everybody dropped off or something? What happened here? Anyway, appreciate you guys for tapping in. Oh, he's back. Right.
So now what? Oh yeah. So his power was what? I mean, but see, you gotta remember, I was in the zone. So I was nothing gonna hurt me that night. Nothing. That was my perfect night that night. So I want to squeeze something close.
So, tell me about as far as Floyd releasing the Devin Haney and Tank flight, the sparring.
What about it?
You didn't see it?
What new?
The 19-minute piece.
Nah, bro. I've been in Vegas. I've been to Vegas. I haven't got home to sit down and I still ain't left from the Tank fight. Tank is probably home already. I still ain't get home yet. I'm on the way though.
What do you think about Ryan coming in with that shirt, then going crazy?
I mean, listen, man. He's a social media genius. You know what I mean? That was a brilliant social media situation. You know what I'm saying? He's doing his thing, man. You know, everybody out there that's on the
You were saying?
Sorry about that. I said, everybody out there that's on the crypto. You know what I'm saying?
You're losing signal, my bro. So, what you think about what he was doing, talking crazy about Caleb Plant's wife and Caleb Plant throwing a drink at him?
Man, that's I mean, I think that part is very childish on Ryan's part. He need to chill with that. You know what I'm saying? Caleb Plant ain't do nothing wrong. Man,
The signal went crazy, bro.
Outside, listen, man, to go outside. Oh man, I said, well, it's good to be outside. Fine.
Right. You losing signal, champ.
You know what I mean? That's me or you.
Now you better.
Now I'm better.
Yep.
Better than ever.
So,
New York City boxing. Zab Judah. New York City in the building.
what's going on, champ? What's going on, bro?
Zab Judah, infamous.
That's the Brody.
Judah. Yeah. One of them. Yeah.
Shit going good?
Everything's going great, man. Everything's going great, man. Go out there, check it out. Check out the coin, guys. I got some great giveaways. It's going crazy, man. I gotta put you down with us, man. You gotta come holler at us. Come to our community world. Come to the crypto mob. You heard?
Okay.
Solana gang.
Hey, I'm with it. I gotta line up with the greats, you know.
Yeah.
So now, as far as you know, Floyd and Tank is concerned, what you think about all that?
I don't know. I haven't heard nothing, bro. I don't know nothing.
Nah.
Some new news? No.
They're going back and forth. They're going back and forth, and you know that was the reason of him like releasing that.
Is this in real time?
Yeah. In real time. In real time, bro.
ZKO, that's my ticket name right there. That's my ticket number right there. See that? ZKO. Check it out. Go check it out.
So what is that exactly? Because I just pinned it. What's that exactly?
That's my ticket number for my crypto stock. You get down with the mob and let's go. I got a coin out, brother.
That's serious, yo. You talking to the billionaires, huh?
I'm trying to have words with them. Let that conversation with them. I put my order in. Go give me one. I put my order in to have a conversation with them. Success. What video? No, I don't got no video, brother. Can you resend it?
Titus in the building.
Solana gang. What's up, fellas? What's up, my guy? How y'all doing?
I'm good, bro. How you doing?
I'm doing well. Did you discuss the Matias fight yet? I'm sorry, Matias fight yet? No. He been quiet about that. Quiet. Yo, the whole internet been quiet about that. Oh, quiet.
I mean, we had Tank that fought him the same day, right? And he won devastatingly.
Now y'all want to own up to that, but y'all would have got a sensational. And this has nothing to do with Matias. This is me and Mill City beat.
It was a good fight. I had a 7-5 Paro.
Yo, champ, you know when they start up the sentence with, I mean, you know.
Talk to me, Titus. How you feeling? Talk to me.
Well, number one, I feel like nobody's talking about it. It's crazy. That's number one.
Why? Why should they?
Why should they? They hyped that man like he was the beast of the East, the boogeyman of. I mean, me personally, I didn't believe all of the hype, but I did. Only because me watching him, I saw a lot of flaws. I saw a lot of flaws. I didn't really feel like a lot of fighters were actually scared of him either. You know what I'm saying?
So who should he fight? Should he have no problems getting fights now?
I feel that way, yeah.
So that's where we're at right now, right? So if he doesn't, what do you think's gonna happen? What would you say then? Would you get just?
I'm gonna say these fighters are silly if they don't step up to the plate. All the top elite fighters. You know, I think that's the door opener for. Okay, this guy's beatable, and yeah, you know what I'm saying.
So
I can challenge myself to be great.
So
this guy.
So what do you think? You think they should just do the same game plan, just clinch for 5 or 6 times per round, type
Don't
of
do
thing?
that. Don't do that, Mills. Mills.
What happened?
He let he was peppering son the whole night. Little punches. Like you gotta know how to switch up the power in your punches. Everything can't be hard. Some things gotta be touches. And he kept the jab in his face.
Oh, Liam Paro was slick, is what you were saying?
I can't wait to get home to see this shit.
Yo, I want to break down Titus's his mind right here, how he's seen this fight. He said he was touching him up, which is true. But so you telling me, Titus, that there was no clinching?
No. I didn't get there. I was about to say it. There was a lot of clinching in the fight, right?
And he should have fought off the clinch too. I understand.
He should have fought off the clinch, but at the same time, guess what? Mayweather is great, and a part of Mayweather's fight game is clinching.
And guess what? I'm glad. Listen. I'm glad because you're a fighter. So and you've been a guy that was a part of what a B-side situation, right? In certain fights.
Clinching is not illegal.
All right, hold on. So you're telling me certain referees do not minus a point for clinching? Are we gonna say that? Have you not? Is that new? Is that new to boxing? If I would say something like that.
No, they do sometimes. It's all upon the referee's discretion.
So now, if you are an A-side fighter, you would possibly have an A-side referee that would represent you, quote unquote, right? Or no?
I personally don't agree with that.
Also, you don't agree with A-side and B-side referee style. Like, we don't think that their style won't be picked upon a certain the A-side side. So, for instance, I'll give you a scenario. Tony Weeks, okay, on the same day, did you see how quickly he went for the clinches for Gervonta Tank Davis and Frank? You see how quickly he reacted?
Yes.
You seen that, right? Did you see? Can you watch the? Can you picture the clinches on the Matias fight? Can you picture the referee of how he just let it go, and then 13 seconds later or 8 seconds later, then there he's separating it. Now, don't get it twisted. I'm not gonna use an excuse for Matias because he's not using any for himself. You gotta fight. You gotta fight through that, like David does, like Tank would do. You gotta fight through the clinch, but that style of referee, I'm sorry, doesn't favor the champion. It just doesn't. And it was obsessively. He clinched just as much as Richardson did with this other kid, Lemos.
Okay.
The same thing, and people had a problem with that too.
All right, I'm not gonna dismiss what you're saying, but I am gonna say clinching is a part of boxing, and every referee is gonna, ref differently. Ref differently.
There it is.
Sometimes, you know what I'm saying. So now, at that point, that's not gonna hinder your greatness.
So now check this out.
Superman always figures it out.
So check this out. How about this, right? Did Paro get hurt in the fight?
I think he did. That left hook.
I counted 3 times he got hurt, but that's why he was clinching. But yeah, how many times do you think?
But hold on. Matias
Got hurt?
Power, right? He has power. He has devastating power, and I think that's why you guys put him so high on the pedestal, right?
He has a chin.
Hold on, but one thing. You gotta have more than power to survive at the elite level. And the guy he fought was elite. If you look at that guy's box rec, that dude only fight dudes that got 1 loss, 2 losses. That's it, bro. The most losses anybody fought, I think, actually I didn't look all the way back, but his last 10 fights, the dude got with the most losses, 4 losses. Everybody else, 1 loss, 0 losses, 1 loss. So the guy, I didn't know who he was personally, but he's not a slouch. And boxing is bigger than just America.
That's true too. Everything that you said was true. Everything that you saying is facts. I wouldn't argue about it. You know what I mean? But
I just feel like this is how I feel. how did he became this? How did he become the Triple G before? Like, how did he become? I mean,
see how you go? You.
No. I'm not
Hey,
knocking him. I'm not knocking him. I want you to tell me because I don't know. I was
all right.
Like that.
The last 5 opponents.
Stop him.
No. He stopped everybody. I'm talking about his last 5 decided to quit on the stool.
Oh, that's okay.
You know what I'm saying?
That's valid. Bring Reggie up.
Word.
7714. That's valid. But do you see the flaws in his game?
Yeah.
See, one, he boxes way too square. I know you got power, but you can't box square.
Yeah, but you can't say that too because David Benavidez boxes square and it works for him. When guys that throw a lot of punches, Titus, and if I'm square, now both of my arms are gonna be reachable to you. Versus when you when you put your lead shoulder, you gotta cut the distance with your body. David Benavidez does short stuff and he stays boxed and it works for him. You know what I'm saying? So we can't say that style does not work.
You can't just have power to do that though. You gotta also have speed. David Benavidez got speed.
Mm-hmm.
He has decent power. I mean, I'm sorry. He has amazing power. He has decent speed. You don't have that speed that's like you can't get away with everything, bro. Like Benavidez is getting away with that. What quarter is it?
Fourth. Fourth quarter.
They was getting smacked earlier. They came back. It's probably over then, man.
So, like to me, I didn't see Paro outsmarting. I just felt like that. Honestly, Matias fell into the fight of what Paro did. Like I said, Matias is always a guy that punches a higher output than you. Now, was the reasoning of
he beat him at his own game then? Because sometimes if you
he didn't no. So Matias didn't fight his game. He didn't even fight. Matias fought. To be honest with you, Matias fought. He lost the fight on his own. He lost the fight.
Yeah,
I don't. Yeah. Don't get it. I ain't gonna get it twisted. He showed up. Paro showed up. You feel me? He showed up. He showed up, and you didn't have an answer for the clinch. You didn't have an answer. You didn't. And that's just what it is.
All right, so
point blank. You know what I mean?
Your man gotta go back to the drawing board. That's all.
And he gotta believe in his coach. And he gotta and there's a whole bunch of stuff, yeah. But we're not. I'm just saying, like, if it was a different style of referee, it changes the fight all completely around. And if not, then you know what? You're gonna have to go out your way, start listening to your corner, and make sure that these clinches don't happen. Because if you do go to Australia, I'm pretty sure it's not gonna favor you. It's gonna be the same style of referee.
They're gonna rematch.
Why wouldn't you want to do the rematch?
No, as Matias.
You see how excited you got? You see how excited you got? Because we want to, as a fighter, you want to see the adjustment.
Yeah.
And I understand you.
Yeah. Because I feel like when you crown somebody that big, you gotta step up to that plate, man. Cause
did you say clown?
Crown when you crown somebody
that high. Oh, like yo, I'm on that.
Somebody that big, man, I gotta be able to see versatility, man. They're able to adjustment. Boxing is what adjustments.
Now, if he right, you gotta understand one thing. When you're a boogeyman, right? Check this out. When you're a boogeyman, and you have the belt, Liam Paro stepped up to the plate. So we got to give him props. He the one that stepped up to the plate.
Yeah. And I give him props though.
Now I'm not saying that that Tio wouldn't. I just feel like that deal didn't work out with Top Rank. You know what I mean? And Matias. But that's just my opinion. You know, I think that they were looking for a bigger bag and they got it. You know what I mean? Now, as far as him being washed up and overrated and all this other stuff, I think you guys should just slow down. Slow down.
I think he's a little overrated. A little bit. Just a little bit. Like, you know, like for me, for example, like Edgar's my man, so that's my dude. But as far as the media goes, I just thought he was a little overrated. When his name was
I can't.
Stopping all those dudes, when Edgar was stopping all those dudes in the first round.
Bro, I can't complain with you. I would agree. I agree with you.
He's not what y'all making him see.
But the thing about it is that Matias is fighting at a high level. It's two different things.
Yeah, it's two different things.
It's way two different things. We got a guy that he just fought a dude, you know what I mean, from Ireland. You know what I'm saying? That he was the number one dude in Ireland and we didn't really know who he was. You know what I mean? Salute to
I think that's lit. That's fire, bro. He's on top of the world right now.
Who Paro. Yeah, he like I said, he showed up. He showed up and I props to him, you know, I shook his hand and everything after. You know, it is what it is, bro. He showed up. But I think that if he runs it back, and he fights off the clinch and don't let him clinch, you know, like this was a different Matias. You understand? Like, did you see every single time Matias shaking his hand after every round? Who the hell? You're a fighter. How many times you shake your hand? How many times you gonna do that, Titus?
Yeah, but you know what it is too, though. I'm gonna be real with you. Sometimes a fighter could feel like he's off that night. And people, nobody else, like basketball players can have an off night, football players can have an off night, boxers aren't allowed to have an off night. And sometimes if you're not feeling good or whatever the case may be, as a fighter, we expect you to just keep pushing through or push through, figure it out and be Zab Judah, Floyd Mayweather, Muhammad Ali, you know what I mean? Be them guys. But sometimes, your body don't always cooperate, bro.
Yo, look. Now, people are also saying that Russell is overrated. You know what I mean? Why?
Russell who?
Antoine Russell. They put in just because those two guys, everybody wanted to see them fight. I don't know if you noticed that. Teddy Atlas wanted to see them fight. Breadman wants to see them fight. I thought that that's the top guys fighting at 140 pounds. But now he loses the fight, and now Russell's overrated too. Come on, man. This boxing game is whack sometimes.
When did Antoine lose?
He will lost the same day.
I didn't even know that.
You see what I'm saying? You don't even know that. Why nobody talking to me? See, like you, why nobody talking about that? He lost his O.
Wow.
He lost his O. Subriel already lost his O. You know, this is his second loss.
Well, you know what? Honestly, for the fight game, I like it. You know,
it's just they took his belt, so it's a big deal. Plus, they took his belt at home too.
I like that fighters are like, you know, losing and losing their own and stuff like that. Let me tell you why. The reason why I like that is because it'll push us more back into the UFC, like the UFC type of thing, like back in the day boxing, where it's okay if a fighter get a loss. You know what I'm saying? We still want to see you fight. We still want to see you compete on a high level. Come back and
they want to down fighters because they have their favorite fighter. You know what I'm saying? And in reality, Gary Antoine Russell and Matias is a main event. It could be on a free TV. It doesn't matter. people would just be like, if you are a boxing head, you are watching that fight. You are supporting boxing. You understand? That's still an amazing fight. And anybody that goes and call these fighters bums, you're just unappreciative of the sport. That's all I'm gonna say. You're just unappreciative.
There's so many different variations, variety of fights that can happen. Even like, and the biggest problem, I'm saying the biggest problem though, with the sport of boxing, or not the biggest, but one of, when a fighter loses, you don't see him again until like 8 months, bro. The thing about it is, you need
If
to.
if you on if you on PBC?
What? That's if you're on PBC, you don't see them in 8 months.
Yeah, that's what you mean.
I mean that too, but what, like, so give me the, what you see with the zone, what you see with Top Rank. I just felt like that was the overall boxing.
No, I mean I think that Eddie needs to go out and show that he needs to give opportunity out. To Matias, he needs to give opportunity to the guys that if when you go out there and you're a promoter and you say something like, for instance, he's a pound for pound fighter, or if he's like, now you got to be like, all right, now how did you just say that you a pound for pound fighter, but then you just said what you just said. Now you don't put him on. Yeah, now we look like yo, you promoting fake stuff. That's what we could say,
But it's up to these promoters, like you're saying, to change that narrative.
Just be smart. Watch these promoters talk. Watch how they move. That's all I'm saying. Yeah. But yo,
I mean, Eddie be giving out that bag, so
yeah,
there's an investment there with Matias, and he's gonna fight again. What I'm saying is, we don't need to spread it out 6 months. We don't need to spread it out too long. 8 months, 10 months. You know what I'm trying to say? To a year. We don't need to do that. We need to keep the fighters active, keep them fresh in the people's eyes and the minds, and people love the comeback story anyway. So
exactly. And he has, and honestly, you make one minor like if like because this is a business. Paro gotta go out his way. They're gonna put him to fight at home. He's gonna have to do what he gotta do. Australia, they support boxing. You know what I mean? Just like Puerto Rico does. So he's gonna fill out just like how Cambosis did. You know what I mean? Even though Cambosis had all those belts, but
fans anywhere. I'm not
I can see Catterall. I can see him fighting Catterall. Honestly, I think that's a big fight for them over there in Australia. I think Regis Prograis and Matias in Puerto Rico or are in New York City is a big fight. I think that honestly, I think Matias and Devin Haney, they both coming off of losses. I mean, I think I'm a supporter of that fight. I want to see Devin fight. I want to see Matias fight. I want to see them get up. They're both on the zone. Easy fight to be made. Come on. He's selling.
That came to my mind. I'm like,
He's selling more seats. I'm cool with Regis, but Matias is proven to sell more tickets, and the ticket sales being higher. You know what I'm saying? It's an entertaining fight. You know what I mean? He's been in the ring with Paro. You got the blueprint.
They talk all that ticket sale stuff in UFC.
The ticket, yeah, of course they do.
The fight game, so you gotta put asses in the seat. So
of course you want to make money in this. You're a prize fighter. That's the key thing.
No,
yeah. It's just they say that the best fight the best, but they also say that they should get paid more. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, we don't really want to go that route, but either way, I think that I don't think he's overrated. I think that he is what he is. I think that he needs to get better. Just like every other fighter, I see other fighters getting better. And let's see what he does. Sometimes when you're knocking people out, it's hard to figure out like, yeah, you get this energy, like this is what I do. And that's good. That's a rhythm. And if you get that rhythm, like Tank, is crazy. But you got to start to think.
That was his swag, though. That was his swag in the fight.
Yeah, and he went through that. He went through that the whole time, you know. And honestly, like, I think you got to come in there with a jab. You know, you got to step in with a jab. I think you need to. You need to do. You need to do that.
Honestly, put him more on an angle and drill some jabs. Now I'm hearing what y'all saying.
Yeah. He goes and steps in with a jab more and does more pressure and throw his hands. Like I said, um, when he lets his hands go is when he's the most effective. You know, he wasn't matching Paro's output, and that's a sign of a disaster. You know what I'm saying? Because he is not a defensive fighter. He was an offensive fighter. You know what I mean? And
So you think that's gonna be the thing that they bring up now? Like, as far as when strategy fighting him, like, stay busy, stay active, stay busy, stay on him.
if you're smart, that's the only way to beat him. You know that you think about it as a fighter, bro. You know, you have to stay in the outside and let it go. Paro was doing that. He was letting the long shots go, but also the long shots was you know, creating separation that now your legs don't need to do as much. You know what I mean? Because he's respecting you. And then you know how it is when you throwing punches, you're offsetting his rhythm. So now he's coming in differently. Now he's coming in more side to side versus coming in and out and walking towards you. So, you know, just little things. I mean, they're gonna have to go into the drawing board. This is the beautiful part of boxing. Like, all right, how do you go out and fix your mistakes and stuff like that? I mean, the one thing I can say is that he did take a loss, and then he knocked out the dude after. Can this be the story again? That we will see.
Honestly, I could see that happening, and then he becomes the boogeyman all over again.
Listen, one thing that we liked about Charlo, he would lose, and what he'd do, he'd come back and knock you out. He did it twice, right?
He fight viciously.
And
yeah. How you feel about taking Shakur? Personally, I don't think Shakur's a big enough dog to mess with Tank. I don't think he has enough power to keep Tank off. His sharp, slick boxing is gonna last but so long. What they call it? Tank got the
equalizer.
Or the finisher, or whatever you want to call it.
Smash the like button, ladies and gentlemen. Smash the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel. Appreciate each and every single one of you for tapping in. I'm gonna be setting something up with Coach Calvin Ford, and make sure you guys go out your way, smash the like button, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel. Appreciate each and every single one of y'all for tapping in. God bless, and on to the next. All right.